There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end, the promise of them. So welcome my life with African.
I live
Master.
Play Paris, so make you I can't Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get as say my yamo. And you no money, and Muaye yo. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the Lofa and grandfather.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do boy ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do boy ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the Lofa and grandfather.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk it for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise my best. To work with my life with African. From grandfather Nimba and Lofa, from River Sass, River G to G there. From Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Monster Rider, San Tobacco, from Maryland, Bon County to Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, folks, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all of you, our listeners, who support us, and those of you that also follow us via the Facebook page of the Sktv, better stay on YouTube, maybe all of the social media platforms. Indeed, let me say the wonderful good evening, happy weekend. Though I don't know when this weekend will be. No, I think second to the last. Yes, indeed. Look, I'm just so disappointed. You don't want to resist me. Yeah, let me be frank and let me say, I don't know all of you who are born in May, I don't know how you're feeling, but for me, I'm feeling so disappointed because the month is running with speed. I don't know who's telling the month to go like this. Who's rushing you, May? How can you running like this? More than I have 28 days, I get 30 days, they can't run like this, but our own month, the month that we love so dearly to our heart, is running with speed. Today is 22nd, though. Very much. Today is the 22nd day of May. So May is going. Anyway, God making what? New oh God, yeah, man. So yes, if you want to be monkey, you be monkey. You want to be dog, you be dog. We will just start with all of the parables or statements from our leaders. But again, help us share the show. Those of you who are watching, indeed help us. Today is Friday, the weekend edition of the Sktv show. The show will be interesting this evening. Not much talking today on social or any kind of thing you think about straight politics. Yes, straight politics. We will go more deeper. You know, there are some pastors that when they are praying or when they are preaching or maybe when they are prophesying, you can hear the congregation, right? They go more deeper. So we'll go more deep. There's some people, well, they like each other. But anyway, that's a story that we're waiting for the chairman to come out and break the other news. But you want to be good, you be good. You want to be door, you be door. You know, these are statements from our leaders. And whenever we go places, our heart can cut or we can be tempted. So it's good for your woman or your wife to be by you. These are statements, or how you're copying these statements. Whenever we go places, our heart can cut or we can be tempted. Let me just say, you know, they can put the words together, but it can be tempted. That means our heart can cut. So that's why it's good for your woman to be by you. Who said that one on the speaker? Then the president said, God created new land. And I want to then anytime we go places, our heart can cut or we can be tempted. So it's good for your woman to be by you. And that woman, look, you ever said the ship today Friday. And that woman here, nobody see the woman from me, and nobody take the woman. I take the woman from nobody, and nobody take me from the woman. So we see how the whole life looking. So God created new land. If you want to be door, you be door, or you want to be cat, you be cat. That one, that friends in your Malay. And God created new land. That one on the preso. And in fact, he say when you go in again, you see the door with the boom, the door shallow. So many parables. So sometimes we hear all Jesus when the parable don't get vexed. So God created new land. That my own digon. You want to be door, you be door. You want to be cat, you be cat. That friends in your Malay. Then anytime we go places, our heart can cut or can be tempted. And that means, let me tell some of you, in the shortest or maybe in the simplest form, that means whenever the government officials, when they go places, they don't go there for our business. By the time they reach that street, the heart can be cutting only. Seeing young girl yesterday, that picture of the video that I was showing yesterday, you see something. So the heart can cut straight. Boom. It's a time, I don't know. So all the things they go there for, they're not even thinking. So the speaker said, when they go places, their heart can cut or they can be tempted. So it's good for the woman to be sad them. That's when you write. Then the deputy speaker said, the United Party officials, they have their tinted glasses off here and there. They can bring it down. They don't want to come down to their people. That when you say, yeah, the people too mean. So that one, that one. You know, yeah, that one or another one. Then which one the parable? Maybe when they come, they will have always with the parable. Maybe Ali already yet. Ali today I saw a parable and moving on day to day. Yeah, today the Friday man. But I made the Friday boring. Ali, what's up, my brother? Good evening, good afternoon.
Afternoon, Mayborn. Good afternoon to our listening audience and followers. Juma Mubarak, Assalamu alaikum to our Muslim brothers and sisters around the world. Glad to be here, my brother. How's everything?
Wonderful, my brother. We're doing great. But let me ask you, what are some of the parables or statements? Maybe because, mind you, though, when the leaders, when they make statements, when they speak in, people can say the parable. Which one are you better, in fact, I think I can say recall? Because there are so many parables. Yeah, we don't know which one you probably like or they can think they can recall. Which one?
My man, you know, sorry there. You know, the other government we in now, all their parable is linking to door. When the president can, he say when you walking, don't mind the door biking. Later on again, he can, he say when you walking, the door see a shadow in the water, you get boom. The other minister too coming with door again. When you want be door, you want be cat, don't be door cat. So like you see people then they are door being
Look, Ali, I can miss you, Steve, and Monk, because you guys just know how to put everything together. So, Ali, let me ask you, how come they just moving with their door business? I mean, what the secret? Is there any secret behind it? Because you're right, almost all of them, they just into the door parable. What happened? What going on?
the secret are behind it there now. Momo yati no. The people get something, Momo yati no. Does see what you are.
So, for people, you want me door be, you know, let me tell you, but I do that parable quickly before you come on. I like that parable because some of our politicians, you see today, Majabada said last evening that some people can be, in fact, they call them political hustler. No, they country sort of just be home, they'll just be laughing 24 hours.
A real political hustler. You know, Mayborn, like I said, you know, time will come, people will now value people, they will not even say give them. Mayborn, you frozen? Oh yeah, Mayborn is frozen. I see. Yes, time will come, people will not get relevant to people anymore, mostly in the political space. because people want to be political or prostitute, I will say, because moving from one political party to another, me, I refer to them political hustlers and things. Like I will always say, for me, I belong to a political party. In America, I'm a Democrat. If I know Democrat put up a candidate that I don't believe in that candidate and whatsoever, looking at his character, what he stands for, if I don't believe in him, I prefer voting for Republican if and only if I believe in their own political candidate for that time. But that doesn't mean I am a Republican. I'm not going to join them. I stay with me a Democrat, but for that year, I won't vote for Democrat president because I don't believe in the person that is on the ticket. Maybe I can vote for senators and representatives. That's cool. The same thing with Liberia. I am a sedition. Yes, I am. If we pull out a political candidate and I don't believe in that person, I know they can carry Liberia nowhere looking at their record, their history and thing. Because I put the interest of Liberia above political party. That's the first thing. So for that year, once I don't believe in that person that on the CDC ticket, and I believe the person that on the ANC ticket, the United Party ticket, the CMC ticket, whatsoever ticket, I believe in that person. I know they able to move our country forward. I will vote for that party that year. That doesn't mean, oh yeah, because I voted for your presidential candidate, that means I'm a CMC man, I'm a UP man, I'm a ANC or whatsoever. No, I'm only doing it because I believe that that person can move our country forward than the person that we have on our ticket. So like that, nobody will call me political hustler. I stay with me to my party. But the ideology is I put the interest of my country above a political party. Then to be like those people in the country today, when Unity Party win election, they will come, oh, George Weah was doing this, George Weah was like this, George Weah was like that. But you were there for 6 years, you didn't talk. You were even behind him running campaign for his re-election. Who are you? Tomorrow now, if President Baka leave the presidency again, a CMC win, ANC win, CDC win, whatsoever party win, then they will leave from there, they go, oh, Joseph Baka was like this, Joseph Baka was like this. These people, they are political hustlers. So you might, that's the fight. You want be dog, be dog. You want be cat, don't be dog, cat. I stand with you for that, you're saying. That's the fight. You just see people jumping from one political party to another because what their only source of survivability is government job. Everybody want to be in the government. Nobody want to find something to do. That's the only place everybody want to be. And this is how people will start referring to you. Lemon or Steve said on this show, there is no former enemy. What happened between Numade and Thomas Fala during the election period? Numade will never ever forgive you, even though you're from the same country, you speak the same Momoyatino Salam Pelonchong. With all that, he still get that grudge he have for you. You an enemy. There is no former enemy. When you hate somebody, no matter how it is, whatsoever you're doing, that just wetty black hat. You see? So that whole thing is you come in, you get Nimbo to support JMB re-election, this and that. You want be dog, just join the United Party one for all. Instead of you coming to form what kind of limbo or nimbo whatsoever to support the re-election of Joseph Boakai. You want be dog, you want be cat, just go and join the Unity Party and forget about forming another group to say, oh yeah, they will be auxiliary to the Unity Party. If you want to form your own party, that's I just said, go and form your own party. You see? That's all. But that whole thing the people do in Liberia, look at our other brother today, can you buy bala you need like you knocking all cup there together. See, he just jumping from one party to another from day one to day 1 year. And you continue to do this thing, people will not respect you. It will come a time now your voice will lose credibility. People don't take you for nothing. You're talking, say they say, look at that one there. You will damage your own political career or whatsoever. You will lose relevance, you will lose credibility in that country. Because you're only after your buddies. That's all. People have to be very careful. When the other party in power, everybody running there. They want to be known. They want to get job. They want to do this. And this is like today. Joseph Baka, everything that he's doing. How many of his government officials have come out to call him out or to say, "Oh yes, I supported you, but you doing this is not good"? Nobody will speak. But tomorrow, when Joseph Baka lose the presidency, when Kumi become president, Musa Bedete, George Weah, Tawen Gongo, Harris Moluba, whosoever, that's the time that they will come to be speaking. Oh, the Papa was doing the one. Why you can't speak now? They see nonsense. When George Weah was there, he owned the people, everybody was yes sir, yes sir. Nobody could speak. But today they want to come out to speak. Only a foolish person will believe and listen to you. So that is it. Like Numa they say, you want be door, be door. You want be cat, you be cat. When you want be Unity Party, man, just join Unity Party.
Exactly.
No can say you coming fan or Nimbo or Wakanambo to support the re-election of Joseph Wakai. Don't be dog cat. Go after
Exactly. Thank you, man. Thank you for the idea of following. But again, it's good that we're back. Those of you who are watching and also listening to us, thank you so much. Steve is also here. Monk is also here. And that parable for me, I don't know how Monk and Steve will see it, but for me, there are so many things that I can take from that parable that it won't be this, be this. Look, stand up for the truth. The way we from Sktv, we been from 2024, January 22nd, after the inauguration of this government, we been this way and we stay this way. So we haven't changed. Why would be changing from how they call it to another thing? But again, Steve and Mark, good evening and welcome the two of you. And Steve, it's back to you, my brother. Take over from me.
Well, thank you. I think Monk came in before me. Monk.
Yeah.
Monk, go ahead.
Another day, Friday. Yeah, I say another day. I'm here for the next 1.5 hours. Came a little bit late today. But anyway, it's good to be here. Thanks to the listening audience for being here. Founder Day. After today, I will take a little break. Like I said, my schedule and obligation is getting tighter by the minute, so I will be going for a little while. But I'm here for the day. I sent a video to Melbourne. Maybe when Steve is done, I want you to play a little short clip. It was senior man, Mr. Manlo, that sent me that video, and it says a lot. I think it just coincides with the topic we are discussing about being on the right side and being truthful to yourself rather than jumping from one branch to another politically. So when Steve is done, it gets like 1.5 minute video. I want for Melbourne to play when it comes to standing for the truth and democracy. So I turn it over to you, Steve. Good to be here.
Thank you, Monk. Folks, good afternoon, good evening. It's good to be on. Melbourne, Masale, Monk. It's good to be on again, as always. As I've always said, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth. And I will continue to maintain that the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. You can have your say. That will not my issue. My issue where I believe in what I've said. And I stand by what I've said. That being said, a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. In other news, I'm glad I gave up on my musician a long time ago before he even got in mind. My musician 10:30 officially switched. Monk, I know you probably didn't see that one, but you didn't see it. I mean, today the man officially switched. The men are Muslim now.
Oh yeah? 10:30?
Yeah, my musician. Yeah, 10:30. But you know, I'm glad I gave up on the man. I'm glad I gave the man up to the community before the man made that decision. See, as a chairman, we can see things ahead of time before we make decisions. So when we're making decisions, I don't know who we're talking. It was on the same show that I announced that I sent a man sat down on a friend man lap. I will never support him again. I don't support foolishness. Yeah, I don't subscribe to that foolishness. And so 10:30 was given out officially by me. So now he carried the man who inside on his lap. I don't know what his name, Nofi or whatever his name is. Both of them gave their life now. They are Muslims. Congratulations to them. I got no problem with that. I got no issue. But I just wanted to make the public know what's going on. That my ex-musician, former musician, so nothing wrong with that. He can make that decision.
What about that man? From the day I saw that man in course with jumping all the friends to go watch game, I said that.
Yeah.
Who's better the musician who got 10:30 Liberia?
Yeah. My man, you see that what make it we know what make you the assisting chairman for social activity because
You always be on time.
yeah, you don't keep up with it, you don't keep up the poor, and we're not gonna put people in position like Joseph Braga. I don't know what they're doing. So we're not gonna put you there. So you see, Monk is abreast. Monk was the very first person that flagged it when we had a social meeting. He said, Chairman, you gotta do something about it, man. You gotta go open it and this thing yourself. I said, why? He said, he showed me the man picture. In the video, he said, look at that video, what you doing? And for that day, I gave up on him. You can't be well dressed and be jumping over fence. You can't be wearing tuxedo and jumping over fence. That problem by itself. So
The close, you're not giving the story right. Let me hold you there 1 minute and you can take over. The men who jump over the fence, the mentor get interact to jump over the fence and they seem that to walk with the perimeter around the stadium. I think they got a foolish guy.
so my cousin so I play give on the man. I say, you know what, man, we're done. There's no way we can keep up with that guy. The man are a hell of a foolish man. But folks, let's share the show now. Seems like you guys are not sharing the show. We have a lot to talk about today. Remember, we told you we're going to visit the Francis Yumale tip about what he said about Thomas Fallon. I know some of you will say that politics or whatever it is, but it's serious. It's very, very serious. And we need to get to the place where, we really understand ourselves and know what's going on, because at the end of the day, there's going to be some kind of fallout, some kind of breakout in the political arena, in the Unity Party. I listened to my boy Majabate briefly. Somebody sent me a clip and said, then I your boy Majabate, yeah? I said, yeah, Majabate is my boy. All the politicians in Liberia, we're cool. We're friendly. I got no problem with no politician, nothing personal against them. When they do wrong, we'll call it out. Say, but your boy, he came out with the same thing. He came out with CDC and left CDC. I said, well, it is what it is. The man that grew can make his own decisions. So I listened to the man briefly based on the clip that was sent to me. And I also found it very, very interesting. I found it very, very interesting. I do. I found it very interesting. Right after Yumale, Majabate, who next? Who else is coming up? So we have a lot of things to talk about. No more anything else socially that we missed. I know yesterday we talked about the girls or the ladies that were
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so since today is Friday, I think, and we're also closing. Let me just ask, because there's this social statement from the speaker that whenever they go places, they are tempted. So it's good that they carry either their women or their spouses with them. I don't know what you think, you Monk, and maybe Brother Aliu, but how can the kind of statement coming up from our leaders? So that means when they go to places to represent us, they are not focused, but they are focusing on maybe the Monk and all we call, I don't know, we're gonna move. So that's my concern. Socially, that's my concern to this Friday.
Yeah, I saw you tagging me to something like that. It kind of confusing, because if you are telling the public that when you go out there, and it's good to take your spouse because you can be tempted, I wonder if you're talking officially or unofficially, because I don't know of any public official that will go to a public gathering and be tempted when you are operating within the confines of your office, whether it's campaigning, whether you are making donation. But once you are operating within within the public square in your capacity as a hospital, I don't know how you can be tempted. I mean, the Hopojo rate really increasing like bro, because I don't think the Hopojo themselves have respect for our public official, because it's one thing when you when you're going on outside of your duty, like on a regular day, I can say, yeah, you the 10 man in command. You got money, you got influence, you got power, so women is going to gravitate to you naturally. But when you are talking in like official capacity, then come on now. That's where I got confused. Are you talking as a private citizen, living your private life, or when you're talking about traveling, as with respect to being the speaker in your office capacity? I was a little bit confused about that. So I didn't even comment when you tagged me. I just laughed and passed by, but I said, we'll talk about you on the show. Anyway, that's why I got confused. I got stuck. Yeah. Hello, you guys hearing me? Or
Yeah,
Mr. Masari, you won't go ahead. Mr. Masari, you won't go ahead before I come through.
The problem here, I think, why you say the Hubojo rate, Mike Jabate said it yesterday. Yeah, he admitted to it that the prostitution rate has increased in the country. Right now, you see, like almost like the video we played yesterday, that what Mike Jabate said, things are so high in the country that the prostitution rate now has increased. All the small children now have joined into prostitution. So now the hospital, he afraid, he don't want to go somewhere. You see some of those little children there that the thing they will wear, then he has that to cut. So at least when he go somewhere now, let him get his work with him. At least where her eye will be on him, his head will be on her. But you know the man, he actually when you see Rachel Kuhn, that man, when you look in your face, he had nothing the leadership ability. He don't even have the skill. He don't even look like some leader. He don't look presentable. But yet that Waka wanted a regime speaker that he can use to get the horse under his control, and he know that the only person he could use. But that man, he don't even say present himself like a speaker. You see, the same thing Waka doing, he too authoritative. That's how Waka too is looking, that old man. So that's the same thing. As a speaker, you don't go out and be making those kind of statements, meaning that in my mind, you don't even say trust yourself. That you can just go anywhere and then you can be tempted by any kind of little girl or any kind of woman. So because you don't want to be tempted, it's better you always carry your woman along with you. For me, that how I look at it to be. So that shows some of those irresponsible attitude he been carrying on, women and crying all on his name here and there. He just trying to exemplify it. Oh yes, he did. Why they say that true, he don't have self-esteem. Thank you. I will be with you guys. Let me go get my case quickly, please.
All right. Okay, well, let me first of all say, for once, let me agree with the speaker. I don't normally agree with him, but let me agree with him that the speaker made a factual statement. You know, when I say LeBron with me at it, why are you laughing? Yeah, boy.
Yeah, one cock on the brother. We're taking the opposite side. This speaker thing.
The chairman got to lay the basis why you agree with the speaker for once. I agree with the speaker on the statement that men can be tempted. Look, I've told you guys over and over that LeBron women are the most beautiful women. Their beauty are not restricted. The women are very beautiful. And let me say it on the show. It's a natural thing for a woman to tempt men. It's a natural thing. In fact, I support it. That's what women are supposed to do. As a man, you're supposed to be tempted by a woman, not your friend, man. You see why I agree with the speaker? As a real man, you're supposed to be tempted by the woman. However, it does not mean that you yield to the temptation. Yeah, when you see God creation, something that looking good, you're supposed to know that it's looking good. When you spirit. You spirit that you see fine woman, you not know that fine woman. You see good looking woman, you not know that good looking woman. That bad thing, that sin, no, that not sin. Now it's what you do now that the problem. So I believe now the speaker took it to another level when he said he got to carry his woman with him. That's a sign that the speaker got no self-discipline and self-control. That's why I disagree with the speaker. But seeing fine woman, that it should be natural thing, not a bad thing. Mm-hmm. So that's why I agree with the speaker. But when he can't control himself to the point where he got to carry a woman with him so that he does not yield to the temptation, then we have a serious problem even as a leader. That means you are not disciplined. But not only that, what's about the other females that in the House of Representatives? Is the speaker already so tempted by them when he read it? So why when he read to go to session, he can't carry a woman with him so she can sit down right there? Or is he satisfied already with a woman in the House of Representatives? Do we need to look into his proximity with them too? Because we are just hearing funny news there about people haven't called me yet. That's some putting a swimming pool, some putting a do the one we are in funny news. So the speaker of a swimming pool too. We need to do that because we don't want to discuss the issue that you don't want to discuss. So you see,
let let me come in. You the chairman. Let me come in and you can
go ahead.
You know, when the speaker made that statement and when Melbourne tagged me, like so many things came to mind, right? I remember an incident under the Obama administration in 2012 when Obama went to Colombia. You know, Colombia got some of the beautiful women in Latin America after Brazil. And so when Obama went, there was a big controversy in America between the right and the left when it came to that issue. When Obama went, I want to ask Melbourne if he's talking in the case of the office capacity or just an ordinary citizen, because you can't tell me that you'll be tempted when you are executing your job on a day-to-day basis, operating as an official or speaker of all people. In 2012, Obama paid a visit to Colombia, and some of the Secret Service, the closest security unit to the president, they got caught up in the prostitution ring. U.S. Secret Service in Medellin, Colombia, 2012, under the Obama administration. So at the time, the guy was still alive. The late Rush Limbaugh, one of the biggest and most influential talk show hosts in America at the time. So he came out with a theory. He said, no, it's unprecedented that the president of America will travel in Secret Service agent from the great United States will be tempted to go and look for Hopo job. So it means the president is also looking for Hopo job, because there is no way Secret Service are trained to protect the American president. And you know our brother, Melbourne, they found a prostitute, they had sex with them, and they refused to pay the actual amount of children were charging them in Colombia. When they refused to pay, that's how they blew their cover. They said, oh, U.S. Secret Service got caught up in Hopo Joe scandal. So Rush Limbaugh was saying, based on the nature of the case, it made Obama's on Hopo Joe speak that while the Secret Service were abandoning him, because if you are really on official duty, it's impossible for the Secret Service to abandon the president. So when I heard my reject, I said, you know what, this speaker started talking something deep, but let me get Ali in here. But anyway, go ahead. I just want to bring that part out. If you're
Monk, you're 100% correct. You are 100% correct. Can you imagine the men who's supposed to? I told you before on the show, I was going to say, those of you who pass around and make noise and get vexed with certain things, I told you before, on a social level, on a humanistic level, wherever you see men and women, there will always be that interaction.
Oh, yes.
That's why you see, I don't waste my time with, oh, the person cheat and that person cheat, and I ain't got time for that. It's not important to me. If they make you vex and you think somebody cheated, you won't stay, you won't go. Don't come make noise in public, because that is inconsequential. In other words, they're not big issue. People will make decisions, whether you know or not. Secret Service who protecting American president go collect prostitute on the street. Can you imagine? And we told us a prostitute that the longest trade in human history. That the longest trade in human. Go check the record. Jacob went on a limb to pull prostitute. Jacob. Oh, you believe it? Go read your Bible. Jacob take prostitute, and the way we know that Jacob take the prostitute is because he never had money to pay. So he gave his the stick that was in his hand. He gave it to the prostitute. Yeah, because he wouldn't pay. The cash was not too much. You understand? So when we are saying these things, we're not saying it as though we encourage them, when we encourage that one. We're saying it because these are facts. And so when the speaker start making any kind of comments and say, I agree with him, that Liberian women are beautiful. Yes, men will be tempted when they see beautiful women. That's true. It's a natural thing. If you as a man see beautiful women around and you're not tempted, then that means we got to check you. Maybe you let your friend man. And me, I'm not in that department. I don't support that. I don't subscribe to that. However, it depends on if the man is able to control himself. So the place I disagree with the speaker is the speaker is a grown man. Why would the speaker say I don't carry a woman behind? So why when he in the house already he didn't carry a woman behind? So was he swimming the pool? Because the pool story right now, we get the pool story under control. But because we don't describe people private life, so we leave it. We get the pool story under control. The pool story is a strategic story. And at the pool story, make it, they cost the CMC. At the pool story, brought CMC cost. I beg you. Yeah, we're not going to discuss it here, but you don't want to call food talk. That pool story got notch behind it. Let me tell you today. If Chairman Bennett not careful with our pool story that we're investigating, you keep it today. That pool story, that big border story. You know, you know what I mean? What echo a parliament representative to be swimming? You know what I mean?
Forget the story. Leave it, my brother. That's the story behind the scene. But actually, even added to what Mon just said, Mon, even if you can still recall, I think the previous government, the CDC government, I think 2 officials, right, of the CDC government up to now, they stay in prison for the same behavior, right?
Yeah, in South Korea. In South Korea.
Oh, yeah.
They go on the 18th of Abu.
Yeah.
Anyway. No, let me tell you, if Jacob can call Jobu, anybody can call Jobu. Oh, Jacob never called him Jobu, you believe it? We might bring a story out today again. We might tell you in Bible where Jacob went on the 18th to call Jobu, and the woman said Jacob need to pay the money, and he paid. And found out the person who called Jobu.
In fact, Steve, even to that sort of people can even give that article. I mean, I tell you from the story today. So many people, sometimes they can either point to some things, get the ID card, get their phone, they do all kinds of things just to have themselves, you know, and anything that the speaker said, this is not a joke. Let me free. That's how most of our resources, that funny things, they play all your country money, they play can be going. They take your country money, they're still talking about Jabu. They go call Jabu with it. That's true. It's not a lie. They take your country money and you do all kinds of things. Why when you go somewhere, therefore, I'm here, there, for example, then maybe people come, I took prefer, maybe we have something to do. Then my heart cut. My heart cut on who to do one. I do I go to work. How come my heart cut in there? So that means by the time they go to work, their whole entire mind is not even to the work or to the job. It's on their when they speak of budgets for social activities, small money. So
the thing also happened to my favorite soccer player, the Brazilian monk, the original Ronaldo from Brazil. The monk went to look for Hopojo sees a passport. Look at it. What you guys talking about?
You got to pick who used to play for. You got to pick who used to play for Real Madrid. Yeah. You got to pick who used to play for Real Madrid. Sitting in jail in Brazil right now. Robinho. Robinho is in jail right now as you speak. Just a few times. Kylian Mbappe got freed a few times for the investigation that he went to call Jobu and no skin from that.
I'm telling you, my man.
You know how many? I wanted a human being. I'll be very frank. I want to see people getting emotional about it. The issue of woman and man, they got no problem with it. Let me tell you today, I got no problem with it. Anybody want to be with anybody, let it be that. The only thing that there is this: when you finish doing what you want to do, let other people decide to make choices. If somebody want to lead or you want to lead somebody lead it. Let it be a matter of choice. Kobe Bryant was calling Jabu and I wouldn't
in Colorado.
You got to mother about what the government said this is if that this thing can happen. The men are dead. This like no more people.
You know Bill Clinton there? No, you know what Bill Clinton there? In the Oval Office. In America, a people can make decisions. Bill Clinton collects and knock it.
Monica Lewinsky.
Okay, the speaker correct. So the speaker right. That move on, my brother.
Let me tell you something. You know, it all depends. You must be lucky. It's not only about self-control. Let me tell you, when you are powerful, when you are influential and you got money, you don't look for women. Women put themselves in position to encounter you. And not in all cases, you will be able to get away. So whenever you hear a celebrity is in a sex scandal, he was not the one that go out there looking for women. Women would do anything and everything to get in the path of somebody who they believe to have some kind of a status, money, power, or influence. And that's how all these celebrity, pastors, prophets, they all get into temptation. They are not the one that go look for these people. The women, look, remember, when a woman know that she wants you and you are influential, she will go to even some of your friends. If you even ignore her, she will come. She will befriend one of your closest allies just to be able to be in your presence. Because you know when she tempt you 3, 4, or 5 times, and not in all cases you will resist. And that what happened. Kobe Bryant case was the most serious one. Can you imagine? Kobe Bryant slept with someone who was just a house cleaner in a hotel. But the people in the hotel knew that she was beautiful, good body. and she wasn't even on schedule to work that day. But they put her there because they knew the liquor was in town in Colorado, Denver, in the playoff series. So they knew the time Kobe Bryant would be in the room. They knew everything. Guess what they did? She dressed inappropriate. That titty pumping on the chair. My man Kobe Bryant entered the hotel room and saw it, and she has on African background too with good body. Kobe Bryant said, "Hell no, they weren't passing by me. They meant Bryant is a kid." But at the end of the day, guess what? It was all trap. And he ended up settling almost like $5 million in the civil lawsuit because it was not criminal. It more of a civil lawsuit, like everyday thing. So, but at the end of the day, the good thing for him, it never wrecked his marriage, and his woman decided to stay with him. But that could have drained and that could have destroyed his family and his marriage. But like I said, when it comes to prostitution, the men are not the one that go looking for those women out there. Women are the one that always coming after.
But Joseph then, who saved Israel today? Joseph, who God used to save the Israel that you're being making over, that is Christian. Joseph, then who saved them? Where Potiphar were tackled Joseph in the hall. What Joseph did? He went away. People like Joseph, where are you? Early story, man. People are running away.
Actually, into all of the discussions, some of the discussions should be, to our sisters, our mothers, who always running away in the name of, oh, they may cheat on me, oh, they meant it. That waste of your time. If only you know so many people who are assigned with so many leaders, than what we are saying today, that's true, monk. Most of the guys, even when they go to places like, for example, so many people that are around the president, by the time they go to some kind of county or maybe out of the country, the first thing that on their mind is have to have that entertainment, have to be entertained by a lady. So that I know DSA or what you may call, they're thinking about how to get some kind of a lady. That's their entire mindset. So you that woman out there who thinking, oh yeah, my husband should be there with the life. Yeah.
2004, 2005. My papa and I were walking on Broad Street, just taking a stroll. We went Monte Carlo and then we went Rivoli. Before we came from Rivoli, came down to Monte Carlo area there. He made a statement to me that I was much younger at that time. I didn't understand what it meant, but I know what it means today. This is what he said to me. He said, my son, when a woman wants you, it's easier than when a man wants a woman. And that's true today. It's easier when a woman wants you than when a man wants a woman. My brother, when a woman wants you, you don't need to give yourself hard time. They will do anything they can to look for you, to locate you, and to be in your presence or to give you signal. Lead that story, let you not be able to understand the signal. And let you not be able to the signal. So when you understand the signal, we got open chairman and we got open deacon and yell at Melbourne. Melbourne understand signal. You think what the Melbourne is? Melbourne
let me ask Melbourne question, Melbourne. The people who got issue with it, I'm not saying that people should go out there and engage into infidelity, all kind of nonsense. I'm just saying, why do you think we have budget for entertainment and concierge service for our lawmaker? Because when they go to
and you get it for the president.
And you finance it, you the taxpayer, you pay for it. So one those men
you pay for entertainment, but you pay for entertainment. You get entertainment in the budget.
Yeah.
Let me free. By right, my dealers will be having 4 wives or even 5 or 6. Let me free. Because they're coming up. Yeah. They ask
you will lose your deacon shape. Don't be making that statement in public.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, no problem. Okay, I think about my dealers will be having 4 wives.
So why you are the president? Can you imagine Joseph Boakai, 80 years old, but when you check the budget, you get entertainment there for him. You think I Joseph Boakai entertainment? That will cut him. That will cut him. You ain't ready in that country. You better be ready.
You have to tell us all the money because the reason why, let me be frank, if I'm wrong, you ask a very good question.
If I won't be president,
as a king, as a town chief, in fact, let's begin with town chief, clan chief, or parliament chief, all the chiefdoms, all the people. The reason why they can get 4 or 5 women is because they are already well to do, and the only thing that men supposed to do is to take care of women. So, and that's a fact, right, Mo?
More than likely, that's it. Because they are well off. in the budget, they got income coming in, and women want that. Women will use our relationship to get out of poverty in Africa.
Exactly.
So right now, before women.
So the speaker say, to my Oma Mandela Cooper, I know Mandela, we're gonna Cooper. So you say, no, you're not enough. I think we're gonna add 2 or 3 more. So when I'm going but actually, my mom, you're right. From all indications, the high is going to be like my Digons will be having 4 to 5 concubines. You know what?
You know what?
I need to be.
You know what? Tell you this today. Yeah, opinion. Thank you. Let me tell you this today, Melbourne. Let me say this to you today. Of all the women in Liberia, the woman I respect politically and strategically like Mandela Cooper. Mandela Cooper a big girl. Whether you love Mandela Cooper or not, I'm a girl. We cool. I'm a girl. We cool. We go way back. Mandela Cooper a cool. I got no issue with her. And let me say it today. I stay with Mandela.
People they can be having contention against us. Take it back.
Wait, I'm taking nothing back. Let me tell you something.
Take it back.
Let me tell you something.
But I'm not dependent on that, Steve.
Did that thing. No. Let me tell you something. Mandela Cooper already calculated her next move. All that thing you're making now, Mandela Cooper know her next move. You don't forget about that story that you're talking. Mandela Cooper got her next move in line. And I can guarantee you, Mandela Cooper will never be a victim until she dies. Mandela Cooper is strategic. She can position herself. Tell me,
what point in trouble?
You ain't in the trouble. The woman got strategic in your move.
The woman playing on chessboard, you're still playing checker. Mandela Cooper. I see you somewhere you bury the women. I see you calling Mandela Cooper no other people property, whatever it is. Mandela Cooper a big girl. Mandela Cooper said big. Look, let me tell you something. You know what I mean. Listen, you know what I mean in one government, in one country, in a government. Mandela Cooper is still relevant in the governments of Liberia, both parties. You know what I mean? Mandela Cooper brought men from out of country. Gain job. The man gained job. Mandela Cooper left him, went to the 3rd man in commission with the 4th man in commission for job we are. Oh, so you're not constitution, you don't call Mandela Cooper. Mandela Cooper got job at job we are.
So what happened to the man she brings, Steve? Let me ask you, son, are you the close there out to her?
That joker, who would have brought him to cheer life? Soon cheer life, we left him. What you doing? We cheer life. See that story, man? Mandela Cooper big girl. We brought that joker to cheer life. We cheer life. Yeah.
I'm feeling sorry for the rescue.
Well, we cheer the man life, man. We cheer the man life. We leave alone. We cheer life. We leave alone. She can't do nothing. Mandela Cooper, I stand with Mandela Cooper, and then she's a big. You be passing around. You be getting as a Mandela Cooper a big girl. She rolling deep and big. I stand with her. I got no problem with her. My girl. Big girl. That's my girl. She's smart.
And they're going to political advisor to who? To the president and speaker. What kind of language is this?
Not political, but senior political advisor. I got to put that. There's a big distinction between that political advisor and senior.
Oh, you think what Joe Bob Paul political advisor? When we go into that other story by your head, and we get beat. You think Joe Bob is good? You know better. Look, think about this. Think about this for a second. I want you to think about it for a second. You see, when I count the show, sometimes I call Joseph Boaka Joe Bob. Some of you get first. I will say it. Anything that comes to entertainment and chilling, I support Joseph Boaka and Joe Weir. Is that any day, anytime, 100%. You think why Joseph Boaka know that Mandela Cooper has a child with George Weir? Bring Mandela Cooper now to make her political advisor when you will be seeing her every day. You think Joe Bonner left better thing? You think you're good thing? That's saying that was funny thing there. You ain't ready yet.
Thank you. What?
So I think it's only zero. No, but what kind of plenty of medicine thing you get behind you? That's so like you open someone so good. But so you came out on laboratory, came out so you in medicine now.
Yeah, you making with artifacts.
Yeah, I see all behind that before you can also all those society in the men run away with the open medicine. So,
Tell you one of our sister was, if I remind us about one of our Councillor Pierre Mambu, if I you call it more, I know OPP. What kind of put your name is Steve?
That woman do she can hit hard. You got to observe again. You know, when I saw her making that statement, I think something came from Magdala Kopo about criticizing the foreign minister. So Prayer Brown Bugamba said, you know what? Leave our foreign minister alone, the foreign minister doing her job. Saying you can recruit international men. What she was literally saying is stay in your department for recruiting men. You let the foreign minister focus on her job.
Stay in your local league. What's up, bro?
What's up, guys?
Oh man, nothing much, man. We just on social issue, but we're about to transition. Anyways, the speaker may want to ask a question. The speaker, made a statement to this, so maybe want to ask a question, for clarity and for context. I don't know if you want to contribute to that before we move on.
Yeah, I definitely want to contribute, especially starting with the fact that you're talking about all my little artifacts in the back here.
Yes, sir.
Those right there. When I visited Nimba County, you didn't think I was going to come back just clear, right? I now replaced. I did not jump over Prince Johnson's body, but again, I was actually handed the power of authority. One second, let me talk to my daughter real quick.
So Lofa that the news so buena.
They make him with the official skill of Liberia.
So I didn't get a jump over Prince Johnson's body, but you see the seal. All of these things over here. That so but when you go to Liberia, bring something with you, man.
You go for Nima Kante?
I am the new godfather.
Okay, let me call some that first Canada. You can
No. The right person to call would be what's the guy called? The new senator. What's the guy? Not now, Torn, man. I'm talking about the one who just jumped over Prince Johnson's body to be. No. See, you guys don't pronounce this man's name right. That's why he always getting upset with this Sktv. His name is Crook Guy. And in Basa, what that says is crooked man. That's the definition of crook guy. So in Basa, it means crooked man. And that's why when he gets upset, I don't blame him, because you guys often mispronounce his name. Crook guy. Crooked man. But yeah, that's his name. That's reality. Crook guy is the guy we're talking about. But yeah, so when you go to Liberia, man, I mean, this is it. So let's get to the topic. Let's talk about, I will chime in on that. I just wanted to let you know why you see all of these things behind me. It's all about Liberia. It's love Liberia. I mean, the Shield of Liberty, everything else on here is about Liberia. So yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so gentlemen, quickly, we got Lofa and I, we are both from Lofa Kante. So this conversation will definitely border around us a lot. We got Francis Yumale. Francis Yumale is directly on the radio attacking Thomas Fala. I think Melbourne played earlier. Some of you have heard it. Lofa, what is your take? That Joseph Boaka started talking about dog. Francis Yumale started talking about dog as well, started referring to Thomas Fala that he should pick to be dog or cat. And basically asserting that he does not trust Thomas Fala in any way, shape, or form. What is your take, coming from Lofa Kante?
So let me be honest with you, right? When I listened to Nyomane made that statement, I was excited. For me, any misunderstanding amongst bunch of crooked folks, bunch of corrupt politicians, I celebrate that. And I think that's part of the reason why often people see me as being emotional when it comes to politics, because I feel like corruption is the king corn of all of the death in the country, whether it is death based on accident or a medical accident or anything else. So when I listened to him make that statement, I celebrated. I said, there is hope for Lofa County. The fact that the Guineans are already taking over the physical land, just considering the geography of Lofa County. And these guys thought the best thing to do was to actually auction the future of the next generation of people. These are not people we should be focusing on. I would say this in the open. Thomas Falah is one of Liberia's worst and most corrupt politicians, but we still have him as a permanent figure in society. The fact that we can still be discussing this man's contribution to society tells you that if we don't do things differently, we probably stand no chance of moving forward. So I want both of them to crash. I want both of them to fight. I want both of them to go at each other with the hope that someone independent or someone neutral will be able to take over, and not just based on having to ascend to public office, but rather will ascend to public office based on integrity, based on value and ethical beliefs, so that they can transform Lofa County, hopefully put us on the right trajectory. As of now, we have a bunch of political hustlers, and that's what you're saying. So I don't waste my time. When I see these things happening, when they're fighting among themselves, I celebrate that.
Thank you, Lofa. Monk, what say you about the public, and not behind the door, but in public? Minister Yumale is calling out Thomas Falah and urging him to be a dog or a cat. He got to pick between the two animals.
Yeah, that's a tribal undertone as well. When you look it up, it's not only about the fact that they're threatening about themselves, but it's all about power. It's all about positioning yourself for 2029. And the only reason Thomas Falah is mostly aligned with unity parties because Olofien is in power. He wouldn't have done that if he had been another president. So why pretend like, or why affiliate with unity party at the same time that you want to create another party? You think what Sir Joseph, how often do you see the Lofians now complaining about whether it's bad governance, whether it's about corruption or anything? And they are in alignment with the president because he's from that region. That's just where our politics is all about. We saw it in Nimba County with Koga contesting against other candidates in Nimba County. And at the end of the day, my brother, 9 out of 10 times, those people will vote on tribal land before they can even consider other candidates. So I think Francis Yumane is right. You cannot be leaning towards the president and it's not creating another party. Now you got Sir Joseph creating another party. That's why I tell you the death of Liberia, the day we decided to come up with the whole idea of multi-party democracy, because we never even understood democracy. So talk about putting multi-party democracy. So it's almost like you are putting 2 extra layers of confusion. You don't understand the core tenet of democracy. Then you talk about multi-party democracy. Now see where your leaders to 40 years or 45 years later. So you can expect the proliferation of party, but I think Friendly Yumane were right. If you are Lofien, then jump on the Lofien bandwagon. Don't come on the bandwagon and try to confuse the people on the bandwagon. It makes no sense. And that's what he meant.
Okay. Yeah, let's welcome AB. AB, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your take on the prevailing topic or conversation regarding Francis Yumane? We'll come back to Mark Socrates, but what is your take on Francis Yumane's calling on Thomas Falah to be a dog or cat, or come through straight up
horrible feedback, Steve.
Yeah, for AB.
That's for AB.
From in?
Yeah, when Steve is talking, you want to mute yourself. When Steve is talking, you want to mute yourself.
Hold on.
Yeah, maybe you want to take
all right, but
the feedback said that.
let me go and come back in.
Yeah, what is your take?
Well, Steve, I think from all indications, like Mon just said, everything is, look, Steve, my brother, before 2027, before 2028, there'll be a lot of things that will be happening. So many things ongoing. But from all indications, the real Unity Party partisans or officials, they don't want to open up, no matter what the Sir Joseph, the Thomas Falah do. At the end of the day, they see them as outsider or maybe spy, that they will never trust because the people fought them, before coming to power. So they just come in to come and enjoy. So it's like someone that just been fake. So for me, yes, in fact, Father Yamane also thinking about running in our same district where my father resided. So remember, it's going to be a very serious noise. But for now, I think we're just going to hold all factor constant and see as to how the noise is going to play. But my father going to be the loser from all indications.
Yeah, so Melbourne, quickly, are we going to the, can you let us know if we're going to the news bulletin or not? And then what we can continue once you get signal over there, please?
Are you sure? So you people can continue with the show because we don't want to cut off the other guy. So you can continue with the show. And after the news break, we'll join you.
Yeah, I think we'll hold on to these essential topics and maybe talk on the social issues that we're talking about, until we get back from the news break. So we'll hold on to this essential topic. We'll get back to the social issue. Yeah, so let me bring AB on really quick. AB, let me see if AB's stuff is really good. AB, let us know if you're ready to come back.
I'm better now, right?
Yeah, I think it's a little better now. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, like you stated, when it comes to the national issues, let me say good evening.
No, we're off the radio. We don't want you to comment so that it goes.
Exactly. Yeah, let me say good afternoon to you guys, man. Great show.
Yes.
When
So
it comes
to social issue, but wait now. So we can put the question like here quickly. Because we need a veteran to put inside the thing here too. So our ball
there you go. The boy that drag me in the
no, just talk something inside. The book.
Yeah, but I'm an old man, yeah.
Yes, small, every small, baby, small. So every old one looking at the speaker say when he goes places. So because of that, he needs to carry Mandela Kupo everywhere he goes. What say you about that? Does that mean that your second be tempted to go somewhere too? We don't know.
The thing about it is that human being by nature, that's why we are vulnerable people. Quite on a serious note, we are vulnerable people, be it men or women or whatever it is. And whatever that will entice you easily. It's the thing is biblical, it's historic, it's religious, it's everything. You will always be tempted. And it lies in your domain as a rational man sometimes to stay away from some of those things. So I think that Kuhn, maybe he was speaking from that perspective. The only thing is that it kind of those statements for me, it diminishes the integrity of those positions sometimes. When you're speaking in those kind of loose ways sometimes, quite honestly. Maybe he was just trying to be self-deprecating sometimes, but it kind of diminishes the status of those kind of positions sometimes. But yeah, I mean, naturally we are all vulnerable, quite honestly. Men, we will always be like that. It's just something that we got to take some caution on it. But to go in the open and talk about, you can be tempted and all the kind of thing that you see all this profanity, these guys and coming up talking about how to do business, to get that business that going on. It becomes so comical, But again, this social thing.
You're the women now. One of the veterans say you must forgive all because they think they get that. And I'm going to chairman say, I'm veteran of experience. Look, I see you getting your head down like you. I see you getting your head down on the topic, but I know you yellow. Look at you. Look at you. See my poor Benny head.
I need something.
Look at where I take, bro. Because you bend your head and acting like you so innocent, the whole thing, like you not want to engage in the conversation.
So let me ask you, right?
People are Muslim today. Like you not give your life to God, so you don't want to engage in the conversation. My man, what you say?
Look, Steve, me and 1030 went to the mosque today, so you don't know what happened over there. That's probably why I'm trying to walk away from it. Well, here's my view on this, right? This whole Mandela Cooper thing. Yeah, man. So here's how I see it. McDella Cooper, I think a few days ago we were just talking about how young women carry themselves. All right. McDella Cooper is seen as a role model for a lot of young women. And when these kind of behaviors are exhibited, they actually feel like, okay, we can actually relate to this. Let us do these things because this is the best way to either become famous, popular, or however. And is that a good foundation? Is that a good blueprint for a nation like Liberia? Now, don't get me wrong. In other parts of the world, there are permanent women, all right, who have had similar behaviors like Mandela Cooper, but they have also been under the microscope and they have gone above and beyond, right? The media will literally drag them, paparazzis and everything else. For Magdala Cooper, the way she actually go about it is disgraceful, shameful. It's embarrassing for a woman of her stature, especially for the position she serves. It is embarrassing. I was one of those people who sincerely admired this woman, her ambition. But to see the way she carried herself today is disgraceful. I would not want my daughter or sister to listen to Magdala Cooper. She's an embarrassment. She's an embarrassment to society. And for the part that President Barker will still maintain her in that position, it tells you that President Barker himself has no belief or moral or ethics. He's just so wildly open to any and everything. It is embarrassing for a society like Liberia. We should not be having Magdala Cooper anywhere close to public office. For this woman who openly come out and admit to some of the things that she's doing. You spoke of some of the connection. I'm not speaking as a saint. I'm not a saint because I do a lot of crazy things all the time. But thank goodness I'm not a public servant. I'm not in public office. Why it is truth that I'm not in public office, even with the minimum role that I currently play in society, just by voicing my opinion on a regular basis, all right? Why, whether it is based on national issue or social issue, people now regard me as a permanent member and contributor to society. So I still have to walk on eggshells when I'm doing certain things because I know there are other young people who are actually following, and we're supposed to be role models. We are supposed to be the one to put them in the right trajectory. Magdala Cooper is nowhere close to that. So when I hear Madame Pearl Bambo going at her, I celebrate that because I feel like people like Madame Pearl Bambo should be able to help her to hopefully put herself on the right path. Because as of now, she's not a good example for our young people. And that's part of the reason why young women will sit on social media and tell you they have goods for still referencing women. I'm talking human, young Liberian women. And we can't say much about it. And we complain about the society. But here you are. You have these kind of people serving in society. So that's my position.
Thank you, Lofa. Lofa brings up an important point. Mr. Masale, I know you were not here when we covered this conversation, so I don't know if you want to chime in real quick.
Yeah. What's up, Lofa? What's up, Mr. Connie? The problem, like Lofa just said, I think we always say this. We, the parent, we have to be very careful what we do and what we say in the midst of our children. And I still to be corrected, but I believe Mandela Cooper is a mother. I think she have child or she have children, something like that. And the way she carry herself. So why is she teaching her children? What moral lesson? Because every one of us the way we see ourselves, we want our children to be example of, oh yes, I know who I am. And I want my child to come out and be like me. So as a lady, if you carry yourself in such a form and manner, tomorrow, can you stop your children? If you see other people's children out there doing it, who can look at you as a role model? Looking at the position you hold in the country, senior political advisor to President Barkai. You brought another man in for Senegal. They said, "Oh, your husband." He went for all on social media crying behind you. You see that kind of thing. At the end of the day, we know how KB Una story when we saw you. I'm the spouse of the speaker, and the speaker they're passing all around with you too. So I don't think this kind of thing supposed to be happening in our society where people will say, "Oh yeah, that the woman left, you can't question her, this and that." We can't question her. But now sometimes when things happen, you can say, "Oh, you're supposed to respect with me, you're supposed to respect with me." Respect is earned. You have to carry yourself in a manner that people will respect you. So Mrs. Cooper, I don't really know. She always going for the BB face. She don't go for Buka. So we don't know if the table turns around tomorrow when Richeku is no more speaker. We don't know what may happen. So for me, I just say that I think we should serve as role model. That when we like everyone are all here now, people eyes are on us. What we do out there. So what the things that we used to do, we have to be very careful. Because people may say that they will say, "Oh, look at Aliyu, look at Steve, look at Mo, look at Junior, look at the other person." So you should know how to carry yourself at a certain level where you see yourself. So this is embarrassing and it is a disgrace.
But Steve, you're the social champion. Let me ask you the question directly, and then you can take away your.
Yes.
You looking at if we want to make the case about moral argument and public office and sending the right message to younger women out there. Looking at the Mandela Cooper situation, that the speaker, who credibility you think comes into question, the president or Mandela Cooper? Because she's a beneficiary. If Joseph Boaga, knowing her history and past and lifestyle, we appoint her to be not only political advisor but chief political advisor, then you think who credibility or morality we should be questioning here in terms of public office?
And Monk, Lola, you just took it off my mouth.
I think the president for me,
because I see the point that Lofa and Mr. Masale and AB and Melbourne have made previously, and we can joke around, we can laugh around, we can say all we want to say, but truly speaking, it all starts with the president. Mandela Cooper did not appoint herself. Mandela Cooper is not in the position that she's in because she decided to be there. The president of all the women in Liberia, all the moral people in Liberia. I'm not saying Liberia does not have people with moral, good standing, and character. I'm not saying that. The president left all of them. He appointed. Who told you he know Mandela Cooper? He knows Mandela Cooper. Oh, he knows. If the president of the republic, and that's why sometimes when I say these things, people take it personal to get first or whatever it is. If we can sit and defend the president lying in public, it speaks volume about us that we as a nation, we have no moral north because the president is our representative. That's why it is important for us to pick a representative that will represent us representatively. We pick an immoral man with immoral character, like Joseph Boaga, who sat on a platform with a confessed criminal like Stanton Waterspoon, collected money on that platform. People made excuses when we blew the alarm that this should not be done. Y'all get there with us. Y'all say we're not going nowhere, we're not nobody know us. Y'all operate in immorality in our country. Y'all operate in disgrace, dishonesty. But guess what? Y'all won't come now and won't get vexed about Mandela Cooper and her role she playing. If the president said about Mandela Cooper, who am I to be fair with Mandela Cooper? Mandela Cooper is doing what she know how to do. Mandela Cooper has not changed. Mandela Cooper has not changed. Mandela Cooper has never changed. This has been Mandela Cooper's oral operandi, is how she operates. It left with us. If you put her in that position, she will position herself. Who made Rejeku speaker? All the time Rejeku on that speaker, you saw Mandela Cooper running. You think Mandela Cooper is stupid? That's why I say I support her. She is strategic. She doing what she's supposed to do. I got no issue with her. The day we're ready to elect moral people to do what is right in our country, then we'll all stay on morality. For now, for me, I always told you, when it comes to Liberia, I don't do moral, I don't do ethical, because people are dealing with a bunch of goons. They're not serious.
No, but Steve, the issue more, the question among us is very, very excellent question, and it has to do with the integrity of the executive mansion, Mong.
Exactly.
And guys, that's it's a sacred place for the integrity of Liberia. And everyone here have had their past life. There have been a lot of missteps. They are doing some immoral things here and there, blah, blah, blah. But to come in the public space, now that you're holding a public office,
right,
and to normalize those kinds of things with complete impunity, for me, is where my concern lies. I don't care about what Mandela life was or Richard Cohen life was, who you are going away, what a girlfriend. That's not the issue right now. But when you hold the public space now, and you become the face of the republic,
right,
to normalize those kind of things, wherein 1 minute you bring somebody that may give government official in no time, we don't see any divorce, nothing, then all of a sudden, then you the other person you call in the spouse, and it becomes a way of life, you normalize it. It's a little bit concerning to me, quite honest. I really don't like to get into that, but that is a problem now.
30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds. We're back on the radio. I don't want to make that announcement or not announcement. Yeah, that
Thank
if
you.
I will back on the radio.
Thank you, Mabel. Thank you, Mabel. So in that event, for me, the box start with the president. And Richard Cohen in particular, there are too many controversies surrounding this kind of immoralities and so on and so forth. Somebody going to collect money and the videotaping him in the room, coming in the room and this and that. I mean, this is not a normal thing here, guys. Look, people lost, they lost public offices based on just come out all the mistakenly demand did this to this person and so forth. They demand your removal from office. But to normalize this thing like this, and people just move on like nothing is happening, nobody address those kind of controversy, they don't even speak to it to say, oh, there are some clarities or clarifications. This is a troubling part for me, guys. So the president, especially the oldest elected president of the republic, he should be versed with a lot of those things. He had lived to see, I think from Barclaytown or so, he had lived to see this president. I'm sorry.
So,
and those kind of things going on. So that's my concern, quite honestly, guys.
Thank you,
Steve.
Thank you so much.
If you will, please allow me to use 30 or 45 seconds to disagree with you on one point here, and this is where probably for the first or probably the first of many times when I would defend the action of President Joseph Boycott. Appointing a person to a specific office is not in any way. You can't read the mind of a person to make that determination as to whether such behavior will be exhibited. Why it is true, one can make the case that the previous records should serve as a guideline. I don't think we have records of where Magdalena Cooper exhibited such behavior. Now, I think where we should be holding President Boycott accountable should be the action after what she did. And due to the fact that he ignored that opportunity to possibly have her reprimanded, or, to be honest, I would say let go of that position, because that position in itself, it just deserves some level of high ethics and moral values. Unfortunately, Magdalena is not exhibiting anything close to that. For her, she's still modeling. She is literally still modeling. If you were to go on her page and, read her response to Madame Pro Bowl, it was simply her just saying, yuck. That was the response. And anybody who knows exactly the street lingo for such statement was like, okay, yeah, you talking to me? Yeah, you're not. I could go on and on, but because we are on the public, on the radio, I'm not going to get into that. But I don't want us blaming President Boycott for the appointment. I think what we should blame him for is the action after her behavior. because President Boycott is not a mind reader. He's not a psychic. He simply created an opportunity for a woman, of course, whom a lot of us, prior to these behaviors, we were proud of what she had done, her ascendancy to where she is today, and her contribution to society, plus her advocacy for women, all of these things. We supported and celebrated her. So I could put myself in the minds of President Boycott and say he may have been thinking in that way. But after what she did, I think it was time for him to say, you know what, it's time to let go. But again, President Boycott being who he is, never known for exhibiting true leadership and being cut on just lay back, let the cookies fall in place. I didn't think he was going to do that anyway. I stopped at that.
Lofa, honestly, just to clarify real quick, just a second. Honestly, I'm not blaming President Boakai prior to his appointment of how to call it, what's her name? That's my point. I don't want to deal with her past life. But in the public space now, what's unfolding and we're hearing nothing about it, there where I was saying the president. So I'm not talking about her past life, honestly, because nobody's going to be walking along the road to know all of your personal life like that, and especially when you are transformed to do something for society. So that's not even my point there, Lofa, and I'm not blaming him for that. My question is that this thing is not the first instance, not the second. And the speaker in question, not the first, not the second. So the question there is that what is being said about those things, especially with the executive mansion being involved in this case. That's the sacred place of the republic. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not talking about how any public official's past life. Everybody here got a past life. Honestly, that's not an issue with myself. You know?
So let me say this. Let me say this to the comment Lofa made, and then we'll hopefully get into the politics. I think Lofa is making
on that stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, but Monk, go ahead. Go ahead, Monk. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I listen to Lofa, but I'm not buying that narrative. I'm not yet to be the moral police. When you are a leader come to office with high expectation. And the reason you get rid of people the moment controversy pops up so that they cannot be like a sad show. That's the reason. That while anytime, even in the US, the moment some kind of controversy surrounding a cabinet member, they cut them off immediately because they got other things to focus on. You can make the case that, okay, the president, whether it's about her background check, about past, but we're talking about the consistency, the events happening one after another. Look, it's one thing to make the case to be political advisor. It's another thing to make the case for a senior political advisor. Worst of all, for a man that been in public office for almost 4 decades. Do you know what it means to be political advisor to Joseph Boakai? Not Georgia, because Georgia will say, okay, he's not a politician. We are talking about a man who is seen like an oracle in politics already, and you being an advisor to him. So it means Mandela Cooper should come with way more equity than even Joseph Boakai because she's a chief political advisor. She's someone Boakai will be looking up for counsel. So how can she be contradicting the president for this more experienced man with more than 40 plus years with the consistency of, like I said, a more of a sad show? Because every time a controversy pops up in your administration, it can take your attention away from the main things that you should be doing. So the question is, even if you're giving your past before, what's the reaction right now? Nothing so far. Matter of fact, he's not even paying attention. He could care less. So it tells you a lot. I don't think there's a get out of jail pass for Mandela Cooper or Joseph Boakai, either one of them, because if he's really serious, he would have caught up a long time ago to avoid all the unnecessary distractions. That's just what happened.
You know, being a president, I have been president for my class, community, and other things. You know, being a leader is important who you appoint. Even in this country that we live in or other parts, serious-minded leader will do some vetting before they bring certain candidate. In fact, they don't even want to bring candidates that got controversy in the past. They don't want to bring them around because they know that controversy will drag, and they got to either be making excuses or defending them. So you want to be careful about people that come with a certain baggage with you. But not only that, Joseph Boakai knows all of that. Joseph Boakai decided to appoint her at the highest office, political advisor to him, not political advisor to the party, to him in the executive mansion. That means she can be seen, she can be called out for any political decision Joseph Boakai makes because she's the advisor. And you say I'm supposed to excuse Joseph Boakai and give him a pass for electing Mandela Cooper or selecting her as political advisor to him? I would never give Joseph Boakai a pass. It tells me where Joseph Boakai mindset is. It speaks volume about who he is. Joseph Boakai didn't do no other job in his entire life than politics. The person who's over there passing, he now go pick somebody with more wisdom that understand politics that's supposed to tell you, oh, Pape, you can't be 80 years old and buy 1.5 bulletproof because nobody after your life to kill you. We in peace time. There is nobody running after you. We can use the money to do this. He go and select Mandela Cooper, who is an ex. What Mandela Cooper wrote? What Mandela Cooper profile? What did Mandela Cooper not doing politics? Who is an ex-model? In other words, somebody who are taking their clothes off for living in public. And you can't tell me something excusing Joseph Boakai is not making any kind of sensible decision. You know how many politicians in that country that are older than he's supposed to reach out to? Do you know how many people were integrated in that country that he's supposed to reach out to? You get somebody who take out their clothes in public almost all their lives. As the job that they do, and you take them, you put her in the highest position and say, what you expect Mandela Cooper to do? While she's in her office, she will take off her clothes. Read that story. She will, because that's her job. That's what she's been doing. What are you talking? It's like you take a mechanic and put him in a surgery room. What are you trying to do? He will take the tools there and say he will do surgery on people because that's what he knows. You can't take me. You can't take me right now and say, oh, charge of aviation. No, you can't take me and say, I'm going to be in charge of aviation. I don't know anything about flying airplane. No, Lofa, hold on now. You can't take me and say, I'm going to be in charge of airplane. I don't know anything about airplane. If I go there, I will not be able to do certain things. Let's be honest. So I'm saying to the public, and I'm saying here on the show, that it's Joseph Boakai's fault. Everything will come to him. Oh, come on, good thing come to the country for him. Oh, yeah, well, bad thing do come for him too. He the one problem Mandela Cooper there. Anything Mandela Cooper do, it will reflect on his office, it will reflect on him and his decisions that he made. I'm not saying go pick a simp, but I'm saying Joseph Boakai could make a better judgment as who would be a political advisor to avoid all of this scandal. Since the first North came out with the guy she brought from Senegal, when that big North came out, what did Joseph Boakai say? Nothing. What did they go? Nothing. Up until today. So I mean, Lofa, let's be honest there, man. At the end of the day,
Steve, I'm not taking away the fight that President Boakai's decision to appoint this woman.
Guys, it's 3:20 already, so
no, but I mean, if we're going to have this conversation, again, we can time it. We can time it as to the extent of how.
No, but the same discussion, so can go ahead. Nothing, it's the same thing.
I mean, but this is a political discussion.
The deacon is better in the topic here, so let's go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we can drop in that note then. All right.
No, go ahead with the topic.
But here's my point. My point here is why it is true that we can blame President Boakai for certain things after the decision was made to bring Mandela in. Steve, I'm a human today. You cannot predict who I become tomorrow. My past record should not determine who I become if you want to include me in society transformation. So you're not going to sit here and blame President Boakai for making a decision. You don't know to what extent Mandela Cooper understanding of politics is. This is a woman who actually participated in the presidential election. So what makes you think that she is not knowledgeable of Liberian politics, to which you want to blame President Boakai for appointing her as a senior political advisor? I mean, she could understand Liberian politics. If you look at Liberian politics, we all sit here almost every day. Are we not often talking about who actually Liberians are electing? The popular few. And how do they become popular? It is either based on something flamboyant, like President George Weah. He became famous because of his soccer career. He played in Europe, and that is it. Mandela Cooper, she's a model. Beautiful. That's it. What else? So considering all of those things and the fact that Liberian will look at these individuals to consider them for public office, then what else do you want? Look at Boy Charles from River G. He's now one of your lawmakers. All right. All of these ideas, all of these decisions were not based on anything more than flamboyancy, popularity. Even today, if you were to ask all of us on this panel, let's take the conversation one notch ahead. If you were to ask all of us here, you put on Alexander Cummings, you put a George Weah, and you put Joseph Boakai. Even though considering the fact that all of us on here are aware, and we will give the fight that Mr. Alexander Cummings is probably the most competent of them, we will say, or some of us on here will say, but the most popular person who could possibly win an election in Liberia would be George Weah. So let us give him that chance. Let us not be biased against President Joseph Boakai. He made a decision based on what most Liberians think. I stop at that note.
Thank you, Lofa. Thank you so much. Your point is well taken. You know, everybody have right to their opinion. At the end of the day, the public will make a judgment, and the world will judge as well, knowing that, you know, we've all stated our points. So thank you so much for making your point. Let's move on, because Lofa addressed the question earlier about Francis Yumale. Lofa addressed that question. But let's move on also to AB really quick. I know it was AB's turn when it came to addressing that question about Francis Yumale and Thomas Fala. If you want to chime in real quick, please.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you again. You know, Liberia politics becoming so dynamic, but the fluidity of it, that people not understanding, despite the fight how it's troubling, but people still look at something they call commitment and sincerity. Look, the guys in United Party, they are die-hard United Party people. No matter who joins them. See, at this point in time, you should even understand that the current vice president that they got on that United Party ticket is not trusted by United Party people. They got a lot of apprehension about him. So for somebody like Thomas Fala to think that, especially owing to the fact that he managed to get the current position he got in terms of representative of that particular district, the home district of the current president, and the trusted confidence of the president in person of Francis Yumale, that he, Thomas Fala, defeated. He thinks that he will come in and bamboozle his way, and they will not be apprehensive about him. He must be living in a la-la land. This is the guy that grew up from his own testimony that he said he don't know any other political institution but the CDC from day one. That his first political alignment he ever had, that he grew up in, because by 2005 or 6, this guy was just a young guy over there. And then they managed to inculcate him and nurture him for over 20 some more years. And to think that you come and fit in, and his sincerity will not be questioned by United Party, he must be daydreaming. Look, he has to be fortunate at this point in time, even for the United Party people to even still be keeping him as a deputy speaker over there, owing to what it did to Speaker Kofa. So this fight is just starting. And I can guarantee you that particular seat that Thomas Fala occupies, come 2029, he's gonna get a run for his money. Francis Yumale is going to fight him for that seat. Look at what Francis Yumale doing for you today. He just went there. I think what did he do? I don't know whether he gave them food or pick or whatever. That seat is still on his mind, because it's a guaranteed job for him as compared to be a cabinet minister.
Okay, thank you.
Trust me, he has the backing of President Boakai. He is an insider for President Boakai as compared to Thomas Fala. Thomas Fala is just using. You remember his own statement. Thomas Fala talk about. He said, when the crocodile comes from under the water, I tell you anything you must believe it. So is the case. So the truth is on our foot right now.
Thank you, AB.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know The only person that never contributed to the topic was Masale and myself. So let's do it quickly so that we can have one more round, and then we can decide if we open the line or not. Masale, how do you react to the video coming from?
This whole thing, when you listen to Numade when he was asked by the guy in the studio, the first thing he said that this guy from the CDC, he said that Thomas Fala from the CDC, he get problem with he coming to support President Bakai, this and that, and what have you. But when you want big dog, you might be dog. When you want big cat, you might be cat. Don't be dog cat. Like Mr. Conan just said, these people, they don't have no trust in Thomas Fala because why? You and I know, every one of us here, if you bring somebody or you build somebody or you make them who they are today, and at the end of the day, that person betray you, and they come to you, Monk, they come to you, Lofa, Babon, you know you will not really trust that person. But you will say, for now, I need something from the person. Let me just get what I want from them. But you're not going to trust that person. Even the Joseph Waka don't trust Thomas Fala. But he just get him there because he able to use Thomas Fala along with or Rachel Kuhn to do whatsoever to get whatsoever he want from the horse. Joseph Waka don't trust Thomas Fala. They see it with Numade. And Numade is telling Thomas Fala, if you want to be dog, be dog. When you want to be cat, be cat. If you want to support Joseph Bakai, just come and join the Unity Party one and for all. But you can say, oh yeah, you will support Bakai, but you can't join the Unity Party. You getting Nemo to be auxiliary or whatsoever to the Unity Party. No, there is no former enemy. You go or you cannot. You might still want that seat because what the next government can come tomorrow, he will lose that position. You see? So that's the whole thing.
Well, quickly before I ask the next question here, let me just say this on this conversation. I think all of you have made very important points, but something I want us something I wanted to say, and I want us to look at also, because it seems like there's a trend here. I believe, honestly speaking, I don't normally agree with Yumale, not much, but on this particular one, I want to agree with Francis Yumale. And the reason I want to agree with Francis Yumale is because Thomas Fala has presented himself as not being a reliable figure. And when you are in politics, you can make it a religion. You don't close your eyes, you don't sleep in politics. You don't forget about yourself. You don't forget about people's move. The move that Thomas Fala is making is a very dangerous move. It could present threat to the Unity Party's re-election or even to destabilize the Unity Party, just as he did with the CDC, and will come back to be in the name of politics. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows whether they quote-unquote Nimbo or whatever it is, the name could be changing from that later from Nimbo to Nimba. Who knows that? Y'all listen to this, oh, because this is very crucial. Thomas Fala been around. Thomas Fala, y'all think about this. Thomas Fala and Jeremiah Kuhn were one of the two people that played CDC. Thomas Fala and Jeremiah Kuhn played CDC bigly. But on another front, something to also think about also is Yumale has not forgiven Thomas Fala. Yumale has not forgiven Thomas Fala. Yumale will never forgive Thomas Fala. And when Yumale speaks, I want you to keep in mind that Yumale is speaking as an insider from the Unity Party, not only from the Unity Party, but also Joseph Boakai. Yumale is speaking for the Unity Party, and Joseph Boakai are here with their eyes on you. So whatever you want to do, you got to calculate. That being said, here's a question for you guys, because I don't want to take much of the time. Here's a question for you guys. Monk, I want to ask you this question. Do you think this is parallel with what happened with Mark Jabate? Do you think the Unity Party, because one of our sources informed us a few weeks ago that we should wash up with the Unity Party, that everybody who has now officially joined the Unity Party that has a job, the plan was, yeah, listen to this, the plan was the first 3 years they will keep the job. After that, they will start letting them go. After that, they will start letting them go. So Are we seeing now the United Party encouraging to say either join or you out, but you can't be hanging around, such as the Matt Jabate, the what a guy named Thomas Fala and other people? Are we seeing a trend here? Monk, what say you?
It could be that's within the realm of possibility. That's politics is a hunger game. Morality does not apply. When you are in a position of power, you want to maintain power, and you want for people who are considered your ally to reaffirm their commitment, most especially going to our next election cycle. Yeah, it's a thing. It's kind of a funny to hear either Joseph Boaga or some of his ally talking about loyalty and commitment. It makes no goddamn sense for men who were made by CDC to come and pledge his commitment to you just because you are in power. It means he could also betray you. Who know why he there? He could be there to split vote within Lofa County and see where he can position himself by giving you endorsement. So, I mean, friend of humanity, you can cry all day. If you want to talk about loyalty and commitment and morality, Joseph Boaga himself played the same game when in the CPP. So how can you be the one complaining here and crying more than the bereaved about commitment and loyalty? No. Thomas Fala just told you exactly how politics play. He was prepared into public office by the CDC. His brain came out of the CDC. He became someone to become the CDC, but yet he was still able to crisscross the CDC. So if a man could do it to CDC, then more than likely he's capable of doing it to you. So just accept your fate and keep rolling the dice, but you cannot expect loyalty and commitment in the game of politics. It's all about positioning. It's all about leverage. And at the end of the day, people will have to do what they have to do. So with the case of Mark Jabate and others, it is their call to make. I'm not the one that was giving you a job in government. I don't want one either. But the fact of the matter is, when you on a team, and that's where friend of your money is coming from, you cannot be on the train and keep confusing the very same train. You see it? It's one thing that you want to form your political party, but if you're giving all the impression that you're with Unity Party, then how can you come and create another political party? So they know the game Thomas Fala is playing, and Thomas Fala been in the game for long. He one of the longest serving lawmakers, more than I think almost 2 decades and counting. So I know he's in there for something, and he's looking at something bigger because my brother.
Yes, he's the longest serving. He's the longest serving.
Yeah, a lot of things will happen for 2029. So you just see the tip of the iceberg.
Okay, before we go to AB to answer the what kind of Lofa. Lofa, maybe go your thought. We'll come to you. Quickly, there's a breaking news trending now. Remember the guy supposed to come to Liberia, Kelem Abrego Garcia? Kelem Abrego Garcia, the judge just dismissed a case against him in a human smuggling case. The judge in the United States dismissed the case, say, hey, this guy did not smuggle human. The question becomes, is he still going to Liberia? Are we still talking about beautiful English? We'll keep that in mind as we go on to AB. AB, what say you about, do you think this is a trend? Do you think that they want to treat Thomas Fala now the same way how they treated Majabate? Will we see Thomas Fala offset? Because there is still something I didn't bring up. Let me bring it up. There is still the plan. There is still the plan to remove Thomas Fala as deputy speaker. There is still that plan still existent. So what are Thomas Fala want to create heaven for Joseph Boaga, heaven to support Joseph Boaga, help to support Joseph Boaga is not going to make a difference. Go ahead.
See, it's a logical question you ask, and the latter part of that question, the plan to remove him is all in the air over there. Just I think it was last month. There was some circulation around that people were gathering signatures for his removal.
Yeah.
All right. The Unity Party, and they were contemplating on one of their own to be deputy speaker. So that is out there. That speculation is out there, Steve. And then the thing about it is that you ask a logical question. Look at this. All of the first soldiers that are not member of the Unity Party that managed to help them to catapult them to power. They are all been silenced. Mike Jabate, the Heron Costa, the Prophet Key, who else again? I think last year they got I think there were 3 of them. Now they try to silence all of them, to the point they are not United Party partisans. But they were the louder voices out there. Like today they are crying for recognition and appreciation, in fact, to the point that they have even incarcerated another one. Put him in jail. over here, you are not one of us. We'll put you in jail and nothing will happen. All right. So, Steve, that question you asked is the plan. These guys are a bunch of apprehensive people that they would not tolerate anything of this kind. Look, Thomas Fowler can do whatever he wants to do. The question of trust, he must just forget about that. It's never going to pass the test of unity party. He should just forget about that.
Okay.
He's lucky at this point in time because he got a lot at stake in terms of business investment with these construction companies. So he's trying to protect that. It's understandable. But in terms of he trying to bamboozle his way through, like you stated, Steve, the gravitas he had from the CDC, he feels that he can still manage to pull away some people in that direction. But it's a fight that he it's going to be an uphill fight for him.
Okay.
That's all I say about it.
Thank you. Let me quickly Lofa. I mean, we've been asking all the questions. There is still this conversation looming over Thomas Fowler. As we always like to have something on people. The Unity Party always like to have something on people so that they can treat you like dogs, because that's the statement they've been making most recently. President Baga called people dog. Humanly asking what a guy named to fall in line like a dog, because once they get chin on your neck, and one of the chin they got on Thomas Fowler's neck right now, folks. One of the chins they got on Thomas Fowler's neck right now as we speak is the deputy speakership. There's still the plan to remove Thomas Fowler. Don't let nobody fool you. Unity Party people, anytime Thomas Fowler won't raise a word, talk anything, they can always tell you slow down. If you don't slow down, we'll remove you. Lofa, how do you react? Do you think the Unity Party trusts Thomas Fowler enough?
So, Steve, I want to answer this question in two folds, right?
Sure.
First of all, before I even answer the question, let me ask this question as well. It's not logical to answer question with a question, but I would do it for the sake of just clarification. Is Thomas Fowler still a member of CDC, or he was expelled?
He was expelled.
He was expelled.
But he
was suspended, or he was expelled.
Expelled.
Okay, so he was expelled from CDC.
Yeah, but he still claims. Hold on now, but he still claims connections, loyalty, and basically his heart is still with CDC. Basically,
he hasn't resigned yet. Yeah, you're right, Steve.
You see, the reason, and that's the reason why I asked this question. Don't be played. This entire process, if you listen to the recent podcast, regardless of Yeke Koluba outrage and the manner in which informations are disseminated, if you listen to him, you will get a whole lot of information. He said you cannot be in opposition and still in bed with a man who claimed to be now with the ruling establishment, claiming Thomas Fowler, that people who are in opposition are still mingling, doing things with Thomas Fowler. Do you sincerely believe in your mind that Thomas Fowler is totally out of CDC and he's now in UP camp? Or do you believe that he's just literally trying to work his way to maintain that position as a deputy until it is at the right point in time when he can scribe? I personally think that that's part of the reason why the guy nominee is saying, I don't trust him. I don't believe him. And so I'm going to be very careful dealing with him. And this is where we are. So when we are talking about Thomas Fowler being with the UP, when I sat with this man in his office, I saw something. I saw a different person and I can tell you, these guys are dangerous. Their politics in Liberia is dangerous. And I can tell you this. I'm saying this on public radio. I'm not saying it in the corner. This is not a Steve and Lofa conversation in the back. I'm telling you this. Now, discussing placements and people appreciations. We talked about Mark Jabate. We talked about one key, Henry Costa. This is where, again, and I hate that we're having this conversation because it sounds like I'm much more defending the UP today than I'm supposed to be doing. And it really irritates me to be doing this. It irritates me to have to defend President Barker in this case. But the reality is this, my brother. When we're talking about Mark Jabate, people should not be placed based on support for a political party or based on campaign support. It should be based on competence. It should be based on one's ability to do certain things. What extra added value does Mark Jabate bring to the government for which he should be appointed to any public office? Where will he fit? How will he contribute? What contribution? We continue to make these cases as though it's okay. When I support you during the election, then you should give me a job. And then when the government underperforms, then we blame the president. Let us not do this. This old man, if that's what he's doing, if he's not appointing people based on their competence, let us not hold him accountable. What those he have appointed, like the what's his name, Gafan Kweye, who claimed to be knowledgeable of the economy. We see that the economy is drowning, failing miserably. We should hold him accountable for that decision, and as well as the performance of that individual. We talk about Henry Costa. What contribution would Henry Costa gave this government had he been appointed? Henry Costa openly said, no, I don't want any appointed position. I want to be elected. Knowing very well, Henry Costa, cannot be elected in any district in Liberia because of his record, okay, his inconsistency. The people know these things. And then we talk about an individual who is known for doing nothing more than insulting people. Guys, let us not do this. While it is true that this government should be held accountable for her action, let us also be objective in the fact that we must discuss these things so that people will be held accountable, not based on these kind of arguments that we're bringing up here. I stop at that note.
Thank you, Lofa. Well, let me say this. Say you brought Costa name. Let me give you guys an insight, and then Monk will come in, and then maybe I don't think we'll take calls today because we don't have time. So I don't think. Sorry to.
We'll just do calls on, and then
those of you who are waiting to call, we are very sorry. Just follow the show. We might not take call today. But Monk, I just want to bring this thing up so that we can keep it on the record. You see, the United Party is doing something that's very interesting. People are not paying attention to it. The United Party tying rope on people's neck, and the rope that they're tying on people's neck is to put cramp on you, or is to make sure that they subject you to the point where you fall in line. Where will take everything from you. All you have to do is to go beg Joseph Boakai, or come in public and make yourself a little stupid and make fool out of yourself. Then they leave you hanging. You got no option but to be with them. And the next person they got on the radar is Costa. You think they never forget about Costa? The fool Costa to go get in the money business. You're listening to it today. The fool Costa to go get into something that will have some kind of record on him. So that anytime he chooses to misbehave, I don't know who advised Costa to go tell him, to put any money business or anything that will make government to get some kind of edge over you. You screw, bro. Until Joseph Boakai can move of power, don't say beep. Any attempt. Let me say it to you today. You all remember this. Any attempt to just suck your teeth, or to even eat me that day and forget what you say, you go, brother. I'm telling you, these guys are on you.
I think Steve is muted or gone or okay.
These guys are on you like on rice. So that being said, there is a common thread here. There is a common trend here. The thread and the trend is very common, starting from Yeke, Prafeki, and any other person that supported Joseph Yuma Boakai. You do not criticize them, especially in the open. Don't criticize them in the open. Don't say anything negative about the government in the open. And if you're opposition, for those of you who signed the opposition and you said nothing about the Yeke Koluwa situation or other people who they have oppressed and went after, I want to re-announce to you today. And you see they're using Mema Bridge to go after CMC. I want to re-announce on the show again that the United Party in the next few weeks and months will double their efforts. They will go after Mr. Cummings. They will go after Tiawan Gonglo. They will go, Musa Benede Umba, they will go after him. The Mason doing that shamrock thing. They will go after Musa Benede. And anybody else who want to oppose them. We've told you before that Claudia story. You keep it in mind. They will bring Claudia story or again. The goal is to get after Jowia. And they will go after Jowia. They will go after Jowia. The other thing that they were Yeke, and all the other people in your so-called opposition sat down. These guys were testing the water. They were testing your pulses to see where you were at and how you were react. And the fact that you're shut up and some of you got divided on this issue and you thought it was about this John or it was about Paul and you said nothing. You allow these goons to put themselves together and arrange themselves. Y'all understand you're saying part two. Y'all will understand you're saying part two. Anyway, Monk, let's go to you as you wrap up.
Well, the one thing I know about Unity Party, I got to give them credit. I keep saying it from the day, before even the election, I think Unity Party, they're not good in governance. Yeah. But when it comes to political operatives, the territory.
Oh, Monk, wait. We got breaking news here. So you know that they made in a radio station, because we congratulated the radio manager the other time, what he need, O'Neill, his team won. They make your extra 20 minutes. Oh, wow.
Then we can take call now. Maybe at the hour mark. Maybe.
Yeah, we can take call.
Yeah, then we can take call. That would be great.
Yeah.
Thank you, manager. Thank you, manager.
Yeah, but you read out 1 minute now. You read out 1 minute.
Yeah, Monk can go for it.
Let me give my 1 minute. Like I said, Unity Party, they are political operative. They are the one in power. They will decide. They will weaponize the government against anyone who they perceive to be a threat to them. And they are starting with some of their own allies. Matter of fact, the people that are even prepared into power, that's a strategy. It means when they can go after their own day, it means nobody is off limit because they are going after their supporter. While we are many Yeke who is popular almost across all congressional districts will be targeted. They're testing the water. It's not because they want to break Yeke, they want for other people to fall in line. It's a strategy. Yeah. So by the time they get to you, then it look normal. They go after Prophet Key. They're going after the Amara Conan, the data analysts who are crying on live camera, bringing Baga to power. All these things, they are just politics and they are gamesmanship. But guess what? They work. That's why United Party is in power today. And they got this parable to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. How do you want to change the strategy if it keep working? And that's exactly what they are doing. Like I said, they will force other people to fall in line. They will weaponize the government against anyone, whether you are a business leader, anybody they think that they perceive to be a threat, they will come after you, and they will use the power in all levels of government to come after you. So that's exactly what they are doing. So my only thing about Unity Party, here is the thing. You can be the best political operative or you can do all your political calculation. At the end of the day, I'm afraid that Unity Party in the worst case scenario, they won't be able to take our power easily like we saw with Joshua. That's my fear. Because if you are that desperate, if you can do anything and everything just to put people in line, why make you think if you fall short on election day, you'll be able to take power over? I doubt it. Most especially if you start going after people using the law, because you won't want them coming after you. Political retribution. So it means in the worst case scenario, it will be almost impossible for Unity Party to even take over power if they fall short in the coming election.
Thank you, Mo. Let's go to Lofa quickly. 1 minute. We'll go to AB and Masari.
So quickly, let me just say this, and I hate to sound redundant because what Monk just said is exactly what Unity Party is going to do. They're not good at governing. They are good at propaganda. But here's my thing, right? Propaganda in a good way or propaganda in a negative way is what Liberians will have to, underscore. Here, the thing that we continue to ignore is the fact that of all of the tested candidates, we continue to ignore the reality. At this point in time, I close on this note that Liberia is not in need of politicians. We cannot spot a specific politician who can change the trajectory. What we need right now is a leader. What we need is an economist, someone who understands business, who can put us on the right trajectory. And of all of the candidates right now, if Liberians are thinking of anybody based on political lineage, based on their political affiliation or tribal line, then we have to stay here for another 40, 50 years. But if you sincerely want us to get out of this nonsense we find ourselves in with the Unity Party, and of course, with that of the CDC government, what we need to do is we need to look for that leader who understands the economy, who understands unity, who can unite all of Liberia, not based on tribal line, not based on political faith, but bring all of us together and say, let's build Liberia together. And the only person I think right now is to consider is Mr. Alexander Cummings. If we sincerely want to move Liberia forward, that would be the best decision for Liberia right now. And that's part of the reason why I applaud President George Weah and his entourage for thinking in that direction. I'll stop at that note.
Yeah, Lofa, we're not closing yet, though. We're not closing yet. We just before we go to the lines. Yeah, Eddie, go quickly.
I was just using my 1 minute to get to before we get to the line. Yeah.
Okay. Lofa, go quickly.
Yeah. You know, people keep giving the Unity Party these accolades about being good propagandists. They are not. They are very destructive in their own think. Mind you, another ally of theirs, Eugene Fagon, just started sounding the alarms. He told them, he said, this spirit of entitlement, you guys keep exhibiting here. He said, I'm telling you now, come election day, you're going to go back to the very people and they're going to ask you, you forget? Fagon stated that publicly. And pray tell me, guys, if you are building such a situation right now, where literally you're trying to decapitate those people that prepare you for election, Steve, where are the new people? Like their own President Bakar said, they're not making new people. You're not making new propagandists. These are the very people that made you to be what you are today, and you have completely incapacitated them. The Yeke, the Key, the how do you call it, guy? Amara Kone, Jabate. Mayu, Jabate stated something yesterday profound. I was shocked, Steve. In fact, it was one of the guys that asked a question. I don't know what it was, Kev or one of the guys on the platform. He asked him, he said, I got information that people from the Muslim community want to see you and they were admonishing you to step away into about 50 imams. Do you know what it means for that constituency? So if you're going to be doing that, and you're expecting you do this is just raw greed for power, and election is about numbers. If you're going to completely brush those people off, and you think you bring brand new political strategists, some of these people that are exhibiting this, Steve, they can give you 2 votes from even their own homes. So I would not commend them for this kind of behavior.
Thank you.
But they are just greedy and they're vicious, and they don't appreciate. Man, look at if you guys could look at Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and expel her. They look at the guy they call a former Land Minister, their chairman, expel that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So I just wanted to point those things out. For me, I would not comment.
We'll come off our parting comment. Masari, are you there? Okay, Mr. Masari is not there. We want to take a few calls, please, if you can.
Yes, but thank you quickly before we go to the lines. Let me just add up to what you and Mo just said on that 30 seconds that the opposition, I think, is not glaring. Some of you who have 50 political parties here and there that don't waste your time. The best thing to do is for you, if you people want to win elections, is to be united from the first round up to second round, or else like what Steve and Mo said, yes, it'll be difficult because the only way that the government will feel a little bit maybe that kind of way to say, yeah, we've got to get power over is when they see that kind of a margin, maybe something by now they kind of 1%, 0.1%, something, no, I won't forget it. So I concur with you, Steve, you and that Monk on that, yes. From all indications from the way we've seen the leadership going, this government may not even take power over, even if it is 2%. So I think opposition now, they got to really work hard. They have a lot of work to do. If they want to win elections, it should be between 5% or maybe 10%. But again, 0770203125, that's the number to call. Thanks to the management and also to the head of radio programs, the news director, and all of them for giving us little time on this Friday edition. Louis Pony, all of you start calling the WhatsApp line. Also, been basic. You can now place in your calls and be part of the show this evening. 0770203125. That's the number for you to call this evening. Better stay hold on. Those of you who've been calling, you can now place in your calls. And I need 1 minute per call though, so that YouTube can have you on the show here this evening again. The number is 0770203125. That's the number to call this evening and be part of the SKTV show. So you have a few calls and we will be off, yes, indeed, for the next 15 or better say 20 minutes of our time. Yes, yeah, I've been given to us here on this platform this evening. Waiting for the calls. Those of you also on the WhatsApp, you can also do so quickly by placing your calls on 07. I think the number is there already, +231 770203125. That's the same number to call in quickly to this first caller. Good evening. Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Good evening. Your name and from where you join us. No, we will not go back to 1990. And we thank you too for your call. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Brother, okay, thank God for life. Go ahead. Please put a little strength in your voice.
It is to see for me halfway. For me, I don't feel like the Labour Party can short far because anything can be treated in the Party cannot trust me. And so, my brother, as you have to know that if for someone, so you should always go down to the people that invest here. Thank you.
All right, 0770203125. That's the number. Place in your calls quickly on the SKTV show, the Friday edition. Right here, we here with the team of panelists. We're talking about Liberia politics, Thomas Fala, and the rest of the other issues that we'll talk about. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, and good evening to the rest of the panelists. Thank you so much for the show. It's fascinating. All of the talking points were analyzed. I think we tend to agree with most of you concerning what was stated about Thomas Fala. You know, I'm a unity partisan, and 100% support Minister Yamale. Thomas Fala need to be clear. You can now organize a grouping group intent for it to support the government or the president, and then you are no longer into citizens, but then you time in the space just to amalgamate forces or withdraw some of the partisans.
Is that a fear tactic? Are you sensing a fear tactic? Maybe you don't want to be too sure or maybe too close, maybe with United Party?
No, what you need to do in the future, I'd like to establish one political party, but you want to see the strength. You want to build with the partisans a lot and one that people. So as soon as the government has sufficient partisans, you will hear that you have declared you have established one party. And we're not going to allow that to happen. So that's a party for Thomas Fala to take our partisans. So you need to be clear. If you want to join the party, it's highly welcome. Welcome to open arms, but you cannot be fishing in our party just because you want to declare your intention or you have declared your intention was to open the government.
All right. Thank you, my dear brother. It won't be door, it won't be cat. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you. Good evening to your studio guest. So, in the sector of Shaq Biggie Jr. So, I wouldn't have agreed with you more than what you have said. You know, it is true. I listened to one of my brother before going coming to the call out and saying that Unity Party will not easily leave out because of what it's doing. True, my brother has said that. But the good news is the power is not there. It's for the ordinary people. When it's taken from you, then you try to speak on it that they are what the poor will get rich, then the rich will get poor. But here is what I have to say. You know the party is doing everything as though it's cleaning their people. And when somebody is drowning, somebody will come in leaning in the water. Every drop if you see you can have on it. Now, I have to go very looking. You know they are drowning, so they see someone for the hang or someone for that. But the bad news for them is when someone is supporting, you know that who supported them when someone was not there is opposing. Someone is supporting, and then the person who was supporting now is opposing. Then someone is supporting, Martin Kemp who was supporting now opposing. Someone is supporting, then other parties they too.
Henry Costa and the rest of the other team, or maybe other people.
Yeah, make it up before they know. But you know what I mean? The bad news is they see someone for the clinic now. I'll get someone for when CDC comes from. So I don't know what they're talking about. So you know when CDC comes from. So that's why they're not getting integrity. They're not getting nothing to show. They wouldn't say what the other party is doing so mentioned because they wouldn't think. No. Before they're joining, and there's no way that they can take it over here and water over there. But when it's taken to power, after they put it taken from that point to the up, they're forgetting. We the poor people will get rich, then the rich people will get poor. Thank you, man.
All right. So, Brother Louis, you've been calling by that time we were basic, but again, it's good that at least that you've been holding on, at least. But good evening, my dear brother, and happy weekend to you.
Thank you, Maybe I want to thank you. I want to thank you very much for keeping the, regardless of our tight schedule, I want to thank you for keeping the SK show ongoing for our people. I also want to thank the panelists, Mount Steve and the rest of the guy, Ali in the US. I mean, at least our people, this is the only show during the evening hours. You find our people, they relax, they traveling, they getting home, and they get some bits and pieces as it relates to our country. Having said that, all of this panel has spoken well. But the only thing I want to say to you guys about Unity Party, they are unpredictable. You can predict the Unity Party, they are unpredictable. The Unity Party can go for their own, they can go for affiliate member, they went for Charisma, they went for Women Pay, they went for Army Model. Those are permanent members who are official of the government. I mean, bona fide member of the party, they can go for anybody, they are unpredictable.
And former party chairman.
Yes. Their report right now as we speak, before now to next year, Tomoko will be recruiting about pretty close to 40 to 45 lawmakers that will join officially the Unity Party. Tomoko is a technician. I don't like to go into him and Yimale beef. Yimale has a long beef. The current district he represents, they are all from Lofa. And even when you get in the very Lofa, I mean, Thomas Fala has a huge constituency over Yimale, not just by beating him, but Thomas Fala understands the game. He's a practical politician. However, Monk said something. The Unity Party is unpredictable. If they can get in easily to the Toy case, the Jura Kepori case, how you think they will get in for a general presidential election? We are in it for a long haul. This is a difficult game. The opposition, for me, I really don't see the opposition. You said it, but you said they need to put their acts as early as possible. I don't see their weight. I don't see their state of action. I don't see that. And somebody said something. Gomez, yes, if from corporate America, he has only competence and skills. But back home here, the Joshua and Boaka is by far popular than Gomez. And the people, in order to revive their decision and situation, they're not looking for relief. They're not looking for somebody who is workable, who is an economist, who is a natural manager. They're looking for popular politicians. That's the trouble the country has. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Today is who she is.
Yeah. Yes, to this caller. Yeah, go ahead.
I was on the loud or I played on that track. I just want to confirm this. So they got the second of 40 lawmakers to come in to endorse the Unity Party. No, for the lawmakers small. They don't go for Donald Trump to come endorse the Unity Party. That's not coming to the Unity Party here. You know how people endorse President William?
Yeah. All right, thank you. The same thing happened. You are quite correct. There are other former lawmakers. But Charles Cooper, Charlie, good evening.
Good evening, Lebon.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead quickly before we go for.
Okay, Lebon, you know, Thomas Fowler is playing the tribal affiliation politics. But Fowler himself knows that he isn't trusted.
The water hard, eh?
Fowler himself knows that he isn't trusted and cannot be trusted by the loyal United Partisans. And so, you know, Fowler, they are been into the dirty politics in this country. They understand the Liberia manipulative politicking style. So the man, he knows that he cannot be trusted and he will not be trusted by the United Loyal Partisans. And that's why you see he's building a very strong independent body for himself because he has a plan B. Now, for is not associated with the United Party because of the tribal affiliation politics and because they are the governing party. And you know, that's why the guys are good at Mabon. Where the social and where they hang the jacket. But you know that the loyal United Partisans cannot trust him and you will not be trusted. But you see plenty things, Mabon.
All right, thank you so much. I want to Samuel quickly. You are last caller.
Yes, thank you very much. Let us out the Samuel for Cominga Market in Legacy of former president. Therefore, I think one of your foreigners said something that he said we shouldn't blame Joseph Boakai because of Mandela football. Therefore, like President did not vote for Mandela football, they voted for Joseph Boakai. One thing I want to remind the foreigner is that one of the foreigners is that Mabon, what unit does tomorrow is responsible. So Mandela football, they appointed her as political advisor and there are one lot of political donors going around the country. They say we shouldn't blame Joseph Boakai. We don't know Joseph, we don't know Mandela football. Now Joseph Boakai, we know he's the one who stood in line, he's the son, he's the real voter for. So if Mandela football is you hold out of blunder, we don't know Mandela football. It is Joseph Boakai that will hold his feet to the fire.
All right.
He's responsible for everything. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Samuel. Thank you to all of you that called us. I think we got to go home, so that cross over to our team of panelists. Please, that manage the little time. Those of you who will be close.
Yes.
Yeah, I beg you, please. That manage the time.
Let me go first.
More go ahead. Gentlemen, let's manage the time.
I said it. I will repeat myself here. You know, you got to understand politics. No two elections are the same, and every election comes with different dynamics. Unity Party is telling you, you don't need to know what they're doing behind the same, but you can tell from their action. It's from their action you'll be able to predict, to be closer to accuracy when it comes to maintaining power. The one thing that I would tell you, Unity Party people, they are not idiots, they are not fools. They won't be going after people that brought them to power, except they got some other sinister move to maintain power. Who wants to work in presidential election, knowing fully whether he could leverage his popularity all over the country? But there is a reason why they are going after him. Prophet Key, the Amara corner of the world, the Mark Jabata. Mark Jabata did a scream there. Good job in that Western cluster from bombing to Bapolu to Cape Man. So why you think they want to pull a riff with Mark Jabata? Because they believe that they are not needed now. They got another strategy that they are looking at. That's why I think that they will use some kind of an asymmetrical approach to maintain power. And it also a warning sign to the people who consider themselves to be opposition. To take Unity Party from power, you have to beat them convincingly. That nonsense that happened with Georgia, where you would turn power over with less than 20,000 votes. It will not happen on Unity Party watch. I can guarantee you that. If you cannot put in place an opposition that can beat Unity Party convincingly beyond all reasonable doubt, I can guarantee you 2029, they will maintain power. So whether there is a crack in the opposition or somebody want to be greedy and they want to prove that they got the power, let me tell you, Unity Party is not CDC. I will say again, when it comes to governing, they are not the best. But when it comes to propaganda and winning election, I mean, why can you argue? They will have been there for how many years? Madam Sari 12 or Braga 4, 6. We're talking about 18 years. How can you make the case against 18 years of power struggle? And how can you even make the case against the opposition? So I will say again, they are doing something sinister, and people should be mindful as to what will happen to 2029. If we cannot beat them convincingly, then you can rest assured that they will maintain power. I can guarantee you that for sure. I'm out.
Thank you. Who wants to go next?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
July, you want to go first? Then? No problem. I'll follow.
No. Go ahead, boss man. Go ahead.
All right. Again, let me say thanks to the callers, man. Fascinating topics. And then You know, this notion about unity party, yes, they are vicious. They are very, very, very bunch of power greedy guys. They want to do any and everything to hold on to power. But the will of the people will have to prevail. And you cannot mislead the people, misrule them, and expect to hold on to power, Steve. Then you are set the pace for chaos in a country. You know, so for me, I would be steadfast. I would only admonish the opposition bloc to be together and to speak in unison
Yeah.
in so many ways. Otherwise, a divided house is going to be a problem. But the Unity Party, all of the groups, the auxiliaries that they're talking about, the people, the foot soldiers, if you're going to continue to malign them, why you, the likes of Malou, John Malou, and all of those strategies that you can think about today, they are all been silent about these guys because they're just greedy for power that they want to hold on to. And you know, and the issue about Thomas Fala, people keep speaking about it and so forth, how you pull people. Mind you, the entirety of the legislative branch of government before the 2017 election, all of them were supporting United Party at the time. United Party were incumbent, and yes, the United Party lost. So was the case with CDC. A lot of them were still on the bandwagon on CDC, and yes, the CDC. So those people, they got support. Some of them got support because of the political alignment they had at the time. They cannot. It's not going to be a automatic crossover. Because if you remember, let me just click on this, Steve, real quick. If you remember, Thomas Fala was one of those that was supposed to bring a huge chunk of people to that United Party, new party headquarter program. And it was a failure on his part. I don't know whether you guys forgot that. He couldn't amass the number of people to the point that those that are operating in a business area, that he threatened them that if you don't close a business to the joint over there, you'll lose your selling spot here. So those things, the dynamic have changed, guys. But again, it's a great show, and then let me say great weekend to all of you guys. And then, of course, thank God you got another Monday off. I don't know how many of you will be off, but we will be off on that. So it's a long weekend, guys. But maybe one thanks for the time, man, and thanks to all of the followers.
Thank you. Quickly, Lofa.
Yeah, let me just quickly say this, right? I want to agree with my brother Abraham, right? Abraham, what he read for the said, the opposition must actually find reason to be united. If you cannot unite, you will have find it difficult to remove a government that have already grown herself, okay, the gown with nothing but negativities and all of the scandalous acts to move forward. So when people are talking about the UP government being full of propaganda, you know, propaganda can be defined in two forms, right? You can have propaganda that is full of positive and factual information, but when a group of people are full of negativity and lies, it easily takes over, especially in a society like Liberia, where vast majority, I mean, the society is kind of gullible. If you listen to one of the callers, I think the second to the last caller, who said, and he agreed with me to some extent, to say, yes, I agree with you that Mr. Cummings is the most competent of the candidates to truly transform Liberia, but he's not the popular one. So in agreement, I agree with you that he could definitely get the job done, but he's not popular. Even though I'm mentioning his name, I'm agreeing that he could get us to where we want to get. And that's what made my point that Magdala Cooper's appointment, again, it was based on most Liberian mindset or way of doing things. So I close on this note and say, going forward, I hope that we will see reason to come together as an opposition bloc and not base our decision to select the head of the process based on popularity, but rather based on competence and our ability to truly transform Liberia. Because the Unity Party, they're not doing us any justice. They're failing, and they're failing miserably, and they're a bunch of just loud talkers, nothing doing, and they're failing miserably. The people are suffering, Steve. If you were to go to Liberia today, you feel sorry for how the people are feeling today. It's sad. President Boyka should be ashamed of himself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lofa. Mr. Masari, quickly, So we can
I think Ali left already because you're waving to. I think he left. Yeah, but Steve, just a quick minute before you guys leave. We are forgetting. Just imagine that just about the time that Thomas Fala is planning his Nimba thing, United Party and President Baka decided to go to Lofa County to break ground there for rule. That's how much. Yes, that's how much they try to undermine the process of the Fala thing. So I just wanted to point that out. Let's think about it.
Thank you so much. Well, folks, let me say this. Some of us will continue to say it. This issue of popularity has not worked. It will not work. We know who's popular and we know who can get a job done. It's about time that we go for who can get a job done. You have elected the two most popular people in Liberia right now and solve your problem. In fact, the problem became worse. Yes. You elected Joe for 6 years, no result. Joe King, he then Buka. Point of funny thing didn't happen. Joseph King, he doing the same clown show. He passing around flying private jet, no water, no electricity, nothing. So it's time for all to get serious, folks. It's time to get serious. Let's elect the person that can get the job done, that can give you work to do, that can attract companies, and that can move the economy forward, and that can move Liberia forward. Let's do that. Let's stop this whole idea of, oh, the person popular and he get it no more, and he get it that human being made it no more. You let vote. Nothing Jowia, nothing Joseph Boaka. You're leading behind there. That being said, the opposition unity.
Well, thank
and
you.
I say, let me definitely my last. And I say opposition, but here's what I want to say to you guys: before you even unite to who will be president, you must openly all of you come together in one voice, oppose some of the things Joseph Boaka is doing right now. United Party are a bunch of cowards. They are afraid. They are afraid. You ain't got nothing to lose, that Donald Trump will say in our country.
They are running scared. They are running scared.
Joseph Boaka now want peace in our country, then he now want peace. Nobody should be afraid of Joseph Boaka. Joseph Boaka is misbehaving. Joseph Boaka is on cook. He's an unserious old man. And it's about time that he be checked. And the entire United Party be checked. This nonsense cannot continue. Where they are witch hunting people, the court free somebody, or then they create and they say they want to bring the president. I'm not a fan of Samuel Twe, but that foolishness should stop. The same thing with Jake Koluba. It's about time that the opposition stand up in one accord. The July 17 protest that Stand is having, the opposition needs to support it. And that's hard in your hand. Protest is okay. There's nothing for protest. Protest is okay. You stop hiding your hand. You're man up. That's what people do in the present.
Steve, you're damn right on that. The opposition need to speak in unison against the Yeke situation, because there are rules that backing Yeke's position, and that rule that violated. They even quoted the rule 26.10 or something.
25.10. 25.10.
Yes, that suffice for Yeke. But tell me, Steve, how can a Supreme Court issue a citation? Somebody say, oh, the person was not there to receive it, but they acknowledge receipt of it. I mean, come on, man.
I'm getting signal from the producer. Our time is up. We'll turn it over to you.
Yes, my dear brother and father, let me say thanks to all of you, our followers, our supporters, our well-wishers. Let me say thanks also to the management of Truth FM, headed by our own dynamic CEO, Laike Benete, and that of the head of radio and programs, Oni Osuma Roberts. And all of you, man, for following the SKTV. Thanks to the panelists for always being here with us, with everything we do here. Thanks to you, to the callers, the listeners, Liberia is all we have for me. When you're talking about getting this business for me in this kind of more time, I don't want to even waste my time on killing it, because right now, my first focus, it should be the 6 years that have been given to the other people who claim that they are qualified, they come here to change our lives. That's my focus. When we return to the now, then we'll be talking about who to go, which kind of candidate to go. That's the time that will be talking about killing it. But for now, for me, anytime when the people they be talking about killing the business, I'm not talking about killing it because, as far as I'm concerned, my 6 years or in fact my life is in the end of the Unity Party, and my life should be better. I should get water. I should get 24 hours in the city. I should live a better life. That what concerns me right now. Well, after 2029, the next person that will come, then you take my kinja, you take my law, or the law of my children, my family, and everything will be on your head. But again, I know that politicians will not do all 100%, but at the end of the day, they all come with the issue that the fact that they will do all, that they will better our lives. And after they have been given positions, they come by and tell that, oh, they can make it. Look at today, Mo Ali is all on the internet and defending, giving people cheeks when people asking for water. You say, go to St. John River, go to St. Paul. You see, that's a life. So my people, it's all okay. Good night. We see it again on Monday by the grace of God. We will be here with you on Monday. Please don't take anything personal. It's all about Liberia getting better. All of these leaders today that we're all talking about today, they are all living better life. Whether you like it or not, they all have diplomatic passport. It's just because of Liberia, they need Liberia. That were attached and I gave them the passport that they are all enjoying. Most of them today, in fact, they're not even in country. They not go to Ghana already. Some of them, they already in Ghana, they in Togo, they in Guinea, they all part of the world enjoying the resources that we're supposed to enjoy. So that's what we're talking, the way we are talking. So don't get vexed. Some of you vexed, like maybe something is happening to you. You are emotionally attached because you feel that maybe we're talking against your candidate, or maybe you know that kind of way. No, we are talking these things so that Liberia can get better. If Joseph Boga is going to do better, we're going to be talking here about, oh, Joseph Boga experience in 42 years. No. But again, Joseph Boga himself also adding insult to even injury, because if you're talking about economic code, maybe anti-corruption code, but you are also undermining the same rule of law. Anyway, Monday, we will come up with all of these things on Monday as to what to take on the War Crime Code, or maybe better state the anti-corruption code. Because if all of these courts, people are complaining, people are crying, no justice. When people go to court, no justice, how do you expect people to even believe you or to even trust you? But again, good night. Thank you so much for always being here with us. We see it again on Monday. All of you, man, our followers, I can't name all of you because of time. But thank you so much for always following the Sktv show. We see you on Monday by the grace of God.
Philosopher. His name was Socrates, a man with no power, no army, no wealth. He didn't write books. He didn't lead nations. He only asked questions, simple questions that made people think. But those questions made powerful people uncomfortable, because truth is dangerous to those who fear it. Socrates believed democracy had a weakness. He said, when everyone gets a vote, not everyone has knowledge. He compared it to a ship lost in a storm, where untrained people fight for control, instead of trusting the one who truly knows how to lead. Athens didn't like this, because he wasn't just questioning leaders, he was teaching others to question everything. So they accused him of corrupting the youth and disrespecting the gods. The punishment? Death. He was given a choice. Stay silent or die. Socrates chose truth. He drank the poison and became immortal. So tell me, is a society truly free? If it fears questions, be honest. Is truth dangerous, or are we afraid of it? What if I told you democracy once killed a philosopher? His name was Socrates, a man with no power, no honor.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. Blessing that time and that effort are rest. The person giving the care, the payment from them. So welcome and life with African.
I lyrical
Master.
Play Paris, who make you, I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamo. And yes, I know money, the more I get you. And you love me, the more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the Lofa and Grandmaster.
ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinée ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Liberia ya tumale, Sktv-Lib, ena Liberia, tosi wako maya tumale.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the Lofa and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From grandfather Nimba and Lofa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Monserrat, San Tobacco, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.